Hello, everybody on the internet. My name is PowellGuyGaming, and welcome to the Powered Up podcast. We're here for an E3 special. Once again, I got the homies Big, Shumo, and Sleep. Welcome, guys. Say hello. Say hello. I was kind of in the midst of saying the wrong name. I did it last time we did a podcast.
It's cool, man.
Sorry.
It's in the music.
Yeah. Welcome to the podcast, guys.
PG's a rapist.
Oh my lord! It happened.
Oh,
we took half an hour to explain that to you, and you're still out here. You are nothing but a bastard.
I just want to clarify, people.
He's a rapist.
Ignore homie in the back. I just want
PG Weinstein.
I just want to clarify.
Oh my gosh.
We're kind of hyped up on energy, and also I'm not a rapist. Just so you know.
I'm hyped up on Quaaludes that Jordan gave to me.
So anyway, like I said, guys, we're gonna be talking about E3 today. Finished. So there's no more real announcements or whatever. But a lot of stuff was covered. The main things we're gonna try to tackle is the conferences, right? So I'm pretty sure the conferences. E3, Microsoft, Bethesda,
EA,
Square Enix, it was Ubisoft, Sony, and Nintendo. And I think the best thing for us to do is kind of talk about what we liked about E3, we didn't like about E3, the games that we enjoyed the most, and kind of what each conference brought to the table, and kind of what you want to see more of. So I'm going to start off. Excuse me. I'm going to start off basically talking about. Let's say EA, right? Let's talk about EA first. And I don't know if you guys saw the game Anthem. I saw it. Yeah, I saw it, and I thought on Xbox. I don't know why that was my initial thought, but I thought the game was only coming out on Xbox. There was a little bit of gameplay the last time I saw it. This time around, there was more gameplay, I believe, right?
Yeah, there's a little bit more. They showed the UI, but we still don't really know anything. Like where it's like weapons-wise and stuff like that. We know there's different classes. Right,
and they also brought out a cinematic trailer.
Yes.
If you haven't seen it already, you should probably go check it out. So anyway, Anthem, let's talk about it. I saw it, and I was like, okay, right. So we have like kind of Halo armor. You know what I mean? Like a bit like Halo kind of armor.
It looks very Destiny-esque.
Yeah, that's like a Destiny, right?
It looks like Destiny meets Iron Man.
Yeah, there you go. That's better. Destiny meets Iron Man. I like
Destiny, man.
Destiny, man.
Destiny, man.
Sounds like a Mexican superhero.
Just to confirm, it does come out on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. So you can play on anything other than Nintendo Switch. I'm sorry, Shumo.
Obviously.
Just saying, for an exact date, it's the 22nd of February.
22nd
next year,
which is quite a stacked day, actually.
Oh gosh, it's gonna be a lot of stuff. I'm pretty sure BioWare created, right? It's BioWare.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. BioWare. They're the guys that make BioShock. Just in case anybody didn't know. Which also games, by the way.
Mass Effect.
Mass Effect. No, I'm pretty sure it's not BioWare.
Mm-hmm.
I make BioShock. Who makes BioShock?
2K.
Yeah.
Have I been giving them the props to the wrong people all these years?
Wow.
Yes.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
I've been propping BioWare like, yo, they made BioShock. It's so sick.
I bet he saw BioShock and BioWare. He's like, obviously.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna ask the basic Bob questions. Will you guys pick up Anthem? And if you're not gonna pick it up, what's your reasons why? So we'll start off with Big. Big, are you gonna pick it up?
I actually didn't see the gameplay for Anthem. So
have you seen any of it at all?
No, not really.
Okay, right. Do you like Destiny? Do you play Destiny?
I've played Destiny. I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Like it's not. I'm not really a big fan of bullet sponge games.
Okay, right.
Like exactly like Division. That was literally one of my I F with the Division, but kind of don't F with it at the same time because I get the concept, but the whole bullet sponge thing kind of irks me. So
it's a pet peeve, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. It's okay. How can I say it? Like, I feel like the graphics are kind of like a Destiny game. It's third person. It's a shooter. I think my understanding of it. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. My understanding is it's open world. But,
Okay.
But like Destiny is kind of open world a little bit, but Destiny's still instant based. What I mean by instant based is like kind of like like dungeons in certain games.
Yeah.
Like you go from start to finish, and you finish it, and then you go back to your home hub or wherever. I don't know if Anthem has a home hub. I don't think I saw anything like that. But
yeah, so there is like a home hub, but it's like that's the single player part of it, kind of thing.
Oh.
So it's personal to you, and when you go out into the world, that's the multiplayer.
Oh, it's a bit like Monster Hunter, a little bit.
Kind of, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Anyway, back to the question. Big, you gonna buy it or not?
I'm gonna research it and then see what it looks like, and then make my decision from there. So
see, my answer to that, my answer I'm getting from you is no. The game is gonna come out to be like it's gonna be like 55 quid. It's gonna be a much over game. So come out on that day, right?
no.
If you haven't seen it already, I don't think you'll be getting it.
No, that's it. £55.
And that's just a normal edition. Don't worry about the collectors and the gold and the unique edition. What about you, Shumo? You think you're gonna get it?
So I was watching the demo of it. I do like the look of it. I like the style of it. It looks cool, isn't it? But like Big was saying, I'm not the biggest fan of like bullet spongy games kind of thing. Although I'm really enjoying the Division at the moment. But it's not as bad as like Destiny, because I remember when I was playing Destiny, it was just a lot to like just
kill out one enemy, right?
Yeah.
How can it take half a clip to kill someone? Like, that don't make no sense.
They got
that's more than half a clip.
The
whole thing and then some.
Yeah, like.
But like, I've been listening to people throughout the week. People have gone, like YouTubers and like game journalists, whatever. They've gone and played the game and stuff. I've been listening to some of them. They're saying it feels really cool. It feels like when you're flying around, you feel like Iron Man. The weapons and gunplay feels really good. Apparently, I definitely want to see more. I want to try it definitely, but I'm hesitant because of like Destiny, where I feel like I was burned.
Right.
But just saying, with Destiny, it was a different reason. It was a slightly different reason as to why. Because I think we were also a bit jaded with Destiny because there was DLC on the disc that they gave us, and we didn't get it.
Well, yeah, there was that, but like Destiny also felt like just a lack of content.
Yeah, we got it and finished it within a week.
Yeah.
A week, yeah.
Sheesh. I mean, it's EA.
In a week.
So like within a week. So I think it took us literally like 5 days.
But is that you just going at the game non-stop, or like?
No, not completely non-stop.
I mean, we played it every day, but like not like banging it.
Yeah, like Division.
So not like how many hours you put in for Monster Hunter.
Oh hell no.
Oh okay. No.
Like the Division, the Division, we played literally from the moment we both like woke up to when we were going to go to sleep, and that was like probably like over 12 hours in one sitting. I think that would have been like 2, maybe 3 days worth of Destiny.
Yeah, the Division, I'm coming close up to like 30 hours, and there's still quite a bit to go.
Well, with Destiny, did you guys ever play Destiny 2?
No.
Destiny 2 suffered from the same thing that Destiny 1 suffered from, where the content is very, very lackluster. Unless you buy the DLC, right?
Unless you buy all the stuff, yeah. It's like I don't see a point in buying the game and then waiting like a year until
the game is
some substantial stuff is actually out.
Yeah.
You know what it is? It's like buying a sandwich from a corner shop. Like, why would you do that to yourself?
Raw.
What?
You sound like you've been jaded by the pinkies.
It sounds like he just went to the corner shop and bought a sandwich.
No, but you know what I mean though. Like those corner shops that sell like sandwiches. Hey. There are people out there who know what I mean.
I enjoy the sandwiches from corner shops, by the way, just so you know.
Why would you buy a sandwich from a corner shop? What the hell?
No, Peach enjoys sandwiches from a place called but savories.
What?
That says enough.
Hey, look. We're not talking about butt savouries. I'm no longer in North. Okay. I'm no longer in North. All right.
He's a rapist. He's a rapist.
He's eating booty sandwiches.
Hey, Sleep. What about you though? Back to Anthem. What about you?
The only question I ask is, what is it doing differently? And for me, it just feels like it's not doing anything crazy different. So I'm kind of
I think
like I was saying, the UI. I like the fact that it's third person because I'm starting to enjoy third person shooters now. The UI looks clean. The controls look from what I saw of the gameplay demo. It does look pretty fluid. But like it has to have interesting mechanics. Like we know, it's too for me. I think it's too soon for anyone to say whether they would or wouldn't, because they could introduce a mechanic that's actually sick, and then everyone will be like, "Oh, holy crap, I need this game."
Right.
But for me, until I know more about the mechanics of the game, I can't say that I'm going to get it. There's too much unknown.
Well, okay, that's fair. But it's like, see, my thing is the only thing that would make me get that game is if I had people to play with, because they showed off,
100%.
They showed off a lot of team like party, like co-op kind of action, and
you can tell that's what it's going for.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So that's the main seller for me. If there's a lot of online functionality, like I'll give you a good example, right, of bad online functionality. Destiny 2 comes out for the PC, and it has no voice chat.
What?
So
what?
And it has
that even
no,
makes sense.
And it has no looking for group chat. Now on PlayStation, you just invite people to a party. You click on the name, go onto the profile, that's it. On PC, when it comes to MMOs, the main thing is once you get to that high level, you can start doing raids, dungeons, and whatnot. You need that little text box on the left of your screen where you type LFG, looking for a group. You know, I'm a level 20 raid or something like that, right? And looking for party members. PC did not have that, so their Bungie's excuse was, "Well, go ahead and use our Bungie." No, not Bungie's excuse. Sorry. It's Bungie. Go use Bungie.
Bungie.
Whatever it is. Sign into the forums there. We have a looking for group forum there. Use that. So the in-game functionality didn't have the basic bubbles. I think they patched it now, but when it first released, it didn't have those things. And if a game, for me to buy a party up kind of team co-op game, it's got to have the co-op features. Because say you haven't got your squad out tonight to do a mission, but you still want to get the gear, you're going to want to be able to play with other people, right? So if it can nail down those kind of party aspects, it's not too pay to win, like, because it's EA. So it should be good. It should be good. So anyway, that's I want to move on to Big's favorite game, Battlefield.
Sorry, real quick question.
Yeah.
Because they didn't say during the conference, is it Battlefield 5 or V?
It's both.
5.
Well, Battlefield 5.
Everyone
But
saying
some people,
5.
people can say V.
Because
but
like Shumo was saying,
five.
the time that it relates is V for victory.
Yeah.
So they both make sense. I'm just like, hold on, which one is it though? Because I'm pretty sure they haven't actually said what it is.
I think
it's just on the interpretation of the person and themselves. So some people call it 5, some people call it V. I call it 5 at times.
I think it's probably V because V makes sense.
Well, like I was saying before, like the 5 aspect just doesn't make sense to me unless I've completely missed something.
Yeah.
This is not the 5th like mainline game.
Yeah.
It's the 6th.
That's true.
So,
What are you counting Hardline though?
No, I'm counting Battlefield, the original. I'm counting Battlefield 2, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1, and now Battlefield V.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is the 6th one.
Yeah.
Yes. But I don't know, man. I mean, Big, I'm gonna let you go last on this because I mean we already kind of know your answers, and also I just want to make you suffer until the end. And hear all our negativity.
Like all your other victim.
This guy, yo.
I'm sorry.
Damn.
One eye open tonight.
Bomb.
Yes.
Should they
Well,
be the one eye open too?
you heard it.
What should they be seeing the one eye open too?
No, Sleep. I know you're so passionate about Battlefield 5. I know you potentially might not want to buy it. I know it's gonna something crazy is gonna have to happen to sway your ideas to buy it. But seeing more on it now, is it at least interesting for you? At least.
I think I did say this. I did see the trailer for it, and it doesn't look as dead as I was expecting because of
the
the
gameplay
weapons.
trailer.
Yeah, because the weapons don't look like they literally came from cavemen. Like they don't
Right.
look. They didn't look like. It doesn't look like. Because for me, I like user weapon synergy. So what that basically is I use a weapon and it's like I get a like, you know, obviously I'm not actually holding it, but I can get a feel for it and I know sort of how I'm supposed to handle it, and like it's one of those things where it's sort of like it's very intuitive.
Right.
With like previous games like Battlefield 1, it makes my controller even just not sit right in my hand. I'm like, ugh, this feels unnatural. But this one, I looked at it and I was like, oh, this actually doesn't look as bad, but it would be something where I'd have to get hands-on with it first. But I mean, it does look interesting. I won't... Sorry, I was squishing a fly. Never mind, it's gone. Look, yeah, it's interesting, but has it won me over completely? Never that. And the introduction of that game mode Airborne makes me kind of want it less.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was actually going to ask you about that, but never mind. I think I've already got the answer. I think for me, and I'll get on to you in a second as well, Shumo. I think for me, it's like I'm confused to what they're trying to do. I mean, yes, we talked about the title. The title alone is a bit confusing, but viewers don't take this the wrong way. I know you guys won't really care, but viewers don't take this the wrong way. It's like World War II, and it's advertising a lot of women. Like it's advertising quite a lot of women in the cinematic trailers and the gameplay trailers. It's like, yo, there's loads of women on the battlefield. Like it's purposely promoting that, which I think is cool because I think women should be in the games because you should be able to play whoever you want, black, white, woman, man, no matter. But like I thought the game was supposed to be like historically accurate. I thought that's what they were going for. I thought that was the vibe they were going for. And
but didn't women fight in the World War though? I'm pretty sure they did.
They did, just not as part of any army because that was illegal, obviously.
Yeah, I don't think they were necessarily like parachuting out of planes and on the front lines shooting. Like I don't follow that much history, but I'm pretty sure when I was growing up and learning about history, there was no mention of all of these women out here, in the field fight. Like I just
like when people get triggered about stuff like that, I'm just like, can you just get over? Can you just get over it? Like this is supposed to be something that if it's supposed to be historically accurate, which is what I've had a feeling that Battlefield is meant to be going for. If it's meant to be historically accurate, don't get butthurt when it is.
Right.
I understand. Yes, it's a game, and it's a game, innit? You can tweak it, and because they can tweak it, it's fine. But I don't think that it should be something where it's just like people.
These games aren't historically accurate.
Oh, I thought that's what they were going for. For the time that these things seem to be set in. I'm sorry, they're trying to replicate like a Warzone type thing in that time.
See, what I think they're doing is they take a theme and make a game around the theme. So it's not supposed to be 100% accurate, but based on the theme, it sometimes confuses me to the way they execute it. So, like, I'll give you an example. It's like when I saw the first trailer we ever watched. You talked about 2 weeks ago on the podcast, episode 3. You should go check that out. When I first saw that and I saw the guys with like katana swords, I'm pretty sure American soldiers weren't running around with katana swords. I'm sure that was not a thing. British soldiers. Sorry, not American soldiers, British soldiers. I don't think that was a thing, and I'm not particularly picky because I just like to shoot people and whatever in games, right? So this doesn't really particularly bother me, but the theme gets a little bit confusing. So anyway, back to asking you guys the questions. Shumo, I saw some gameplay for it, the actual Battlefield 5, and I thought it looks very Battlefield. I know it's supposed to, but I didn't see anything that was too crazy until I started investing and sinking my teeth into not just looking at it, actually seeing what's going on. The background looks awesome. Things are on fire, explosions, snows everywhere. but they've actually implemented a building mechanic where you can kind of
the fortress mechanic.
You can kind of rebuild up broken down shells of buildings. You know, Battlefield's got destructible surfaces. You can kind of rebuild these things up. Like, is that to you? Do you see like them adding these new mechanics? And another thing they added as well, actually, they added predictable recoil patterns. So you know, like in Rainbow Six Siege, you know how like you put a silencer on and whatever, and it makes the gun shoot high or low or whatever. They're starting to do that to kind of say, oh, now if you get good gun, you'll know where it's actually going to shoot. You're going to just guess and pray that your hit markers actually do their job. So anyway, my question is, hearing these type of improvements to Battlefield, is that enough for you to be like, yeah, I'm definitely going to pick this up?
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed Battlefield 1, so more of that I'm down for kind of thing. I don't have a problem with, like, historical accuracy or whatever, because none of these quote-unquote historical accurate games get it right anyway.
Yeah.
Like, like, in all of these games, do you ever see, like, Indian and Bengali soldiers fighting for England? Because that's what happened. My great-grandfather was fought for the British Army in one of the wars.
Yeah.
You don't see none of that in there. Like I said, like, women weren't part of the armies, but I'm sure women fought.
Yeah,
like,
they're like squadrons, I think.
Yeah, like, they just weren't in the army because it was illegal.
Right.
But that sort of stuff I don't really care about. Like, as long as you're putting the fun factor first, which I think is what they're trying to go for, like, gameplay kind of first, then it's fine. Like, everything else is just, like, little details or whatever. But little improvements like the recoil pattern, stuff like that, it's all like quality of life stuff, and there's probably not too much more they can do to innovate if they're sticking within like that older setting or whatever. But no, yeah, I'm definitely interested. I'll probably grab it. They got a Royale mode coming too as well, which they didn't really go into, but yeah,
I'm gassed for that still. I can't lie. I want to see more footage on that.
TJ Carlin, another one. I saw a joke. I saw a meme on the internet about FIFA Royale, and it was like a mod where it put like 100 players on the pitch. I was just dying with laughter. I was like, "Jeez, every game's gonna have one." Last question to you, Big, on Battlefield is obviously they announced or they showcased before, but they really showed a bit of gameplay for that new game mode. You know, the airplanes one. I think what it's called.
Airborne, you said, right?
Airborne. That's
Airborne, yeah.
And that's basically like an attack and defend kind of thing. You know, you parachute in, you drop, you're ready, you run up, and you've got to like kind of like rush game mode, but it involves a lot of planes. I know, obviously, you're going to pick it up. Yeah, that's probably if you've got that bread, you're probably going to pre-order that shit and all that good stuff. I know, but with these new game modes, kind of like. It seems to me that they're probably going to trump some of the old ones. So you'll still have like a team deathmatch game mode, but you still have conquest. But now you don't have a traditional rush anymore. Is that concerning?
Not concerning to me, but because of you have to remember that they've taken off the whole premium pass thing.
Oh, have they?
So
nice.
I see from my standpoint, I see it as they just want everybody to be more inclusive in the game, the whole community. So having new game modes so everyone can try it, everyone could have more feedback so they can give back to the developers. If anything needs to be tweaked on certain maps or tweaked on certain game modes, it gets done more than we've only received 100,000 messages about this map, but these are only people with exclusive or battle pass premium access. So I'm enjoying. I have high hopes for it. Like I said, I am going to be getting it. I've already literally pre-ordered it. So
there you go. That's all I wanted to hear, man. Yeah, you got your money.
Just a quick side note. You were saying about they're not doing premium pass anymore. That's actually a trend I've been seeing. Like this whole E3, like all of these games are coming out saying that there's no season pass and all like additional content, all like expansions and stuff are going to be free and stuff like that.
Nice.
It's a little worrying to me because I kind of want to know how they're going to monetize. But one thing I saw yesterday was that Call of Duty is sticking with its season pass, but so far it looks like the only way that you can get it is their Pro Edition, which is like their $100 or $150 edition or whatever. And they've made like they haven't made it clear that you can buy the season pass separately. So as it stands, the only way to get the season pass is if you pre-order their most expensive edition. I thought that was quite Activision-y.
Activision, I like it. Yeah, so that comes out, I believe it's the 19th of October? Yeah, 19th of October.
Yeah, 1 week after Black Ops.
Yeah, this year, baby, this year. I'm going to go on to, I don't know if you guys played a game called Command and Conquer before. Mobile games, basically, mobile games. Command and Conquer have basically made a mobile game called Command and Conquer Rivals, right? I played the old Command and Conquer 3. I enjoy strategy games. I'm a fan of strategy games, so it's definitely a plus for me. But I'm not going to spend too much time on this because we don't really rate mobile games that great. But
here's the thing. No, hit me up because, like we all know, I shit on mobile games at any opportunity. And I'll do it happily, and I do it in the face of mobile gamers. I don't care. I'll be like, your platform is whack. But like me and Shumo were discussing, strategy games are always the ones that seem the best on phones. Or well, it's the best thing that I think phones can sort of crank out. And you know what? I pre-registered for it.
Wow.
Because you know what, I'm gonna give mobile games a chance.
Top 10 anime betrayals.
No, breaking news. I feel like Keemstar.
I was like, you know what? Let me actually just see what this life is about and see what I'll go on for it.
That's what the title's going to be. Sleepless Elite compromises his morals.
That's suggestive. Command and Conquer, like, other than Sleep, is anybody even bothered about Command and Conquer? Because I think Command and Conquer is pretty much done now. I can't imagine Command and Conquer coming back into the limelight. You've got like StarCraft, you've got like Age of Empires, you've got like Civilization, there's another Warhammer, or is it Warhammer?
Probably.
Or maybe it might be called Dawn of War. One of the games. Anyway, long story short, point is there's a lot of strategy games now that are just like top of the market, man. And I can't imagine Command and Conquer being able to come back and be like, yeah, but we're riding with the big boys, especially for a mobile game. I can't imagine.
I'm not personally a big fan of strategy games, but I do feel like it fits on the platform kind of thing. Like most games for me don't work on mobile because you need tactile controls.
Yeah.
But things like turn-based games and like strategy games is fine for it because you don't really need to. Like, if you've got a touchscreen, it's fine because you don't really need like dexterity for it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks fine, I guess. I'm sure it will have its audience. I'm not interested in it, and they spent way too long on it in the conference.
Did they?
Yeah, I left and came back, and I was like, "Wow, they're still going on about it." Like, okay.
Yeah, they were on it for like 15-20 minutes. I was just like, really?
Just so you know, they announced it's going to be a free play, and that it's going to be on both Android and iOS. So shout outs to all the iPhone and Android fellas. I'm an Android guy myself. And you can actually.
You were going to say you was a Windows guy.
A lie?
I had a Windows phone. Never again. Let's say that. Never again. And the pre-alpha version is actually available for you to play right now. Apparently. I'll check it out maybe one day, see if it's any good. Big, are you gonna try out Command and Conquer? Are you a fan of strategy games? That's enough. That's cool. It's fine. It's fine. Wrap it up. That's okay. That's Powder Podcast, guys. See you later. We'll move on to something else that's a bit more intriguing. Sports. Yeah, obviously they're a big guy for big team for sports, right? They obviously FIFA 19. We got Madden. I got NBA Live, and I'm a big basketball fan, so NBA Live piqued my interest. Big, I know you're a big football fan, so I know FIFA 19 definitely piqued your interest. So shout outs to you, by the way, on the 1K on your FIFA video.
1.3.
Let's
Cheers.
not.
1.3. Sorry, my bad.
Haters gonna hate. It's cool.
And Madden.
Liars gonna lie.
So, people, if you are listening and you do get a chance, watch Big Imperial's feature streams. Most of the time, they're funny and legit. They're pretty good.
Wow.
They're pretty good. I've been dealing with you quite a bit.
But that's a fact, dude.
So yeah, Madden 19 as well. Just to kind of show you guys in order the importance of these games. FIFA 19 official trailer, reveal trailer, sorry, is on 5.9 million. Madden's is on 1.1 million, and NBA Live is on 406k. So
wow.
Wow. But if it was 2K19, then I'll get it. But
that's true. I mean, NBA Live
NBA Live.
Different company.
You're right, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
That's 2K that makes that.
Don't worry about it, Big. I said that BioWare made
Big's
BioShock.
completely been bamboozled. he's looking at the screen right now. Like, what? This wasn't EA, but they make FIFA.
Yeah, I can't lie. Sleepless has it down to a T.
No, it's Take-Two is the publisher.
What's the publisher?
Take-Two. So they put out GTA as well.
You know what? Big probably thought that Pro Evo and NBA and 2K were the same people. Because of the opposites.
Wow.
People are like, right, okay. Clearly, them lot are better at basketball, and EA's better at football. Mad.
Wow.
You know what I'll say about the sports games though? I feel like they didn't make much of a fuss about FIFA this year. Like every year they kind of have like a big present. What the hell? They usually have like quite a big
Portuguese, and they're like, oh god, that's
Wow, that's
they usually have quite a big like segment on it. I know like one year they brought out Pele to talk about one of the FIFAs, and yeah, so they brought out like these two people to just talk about. They spoke about FIFA 18 quite a lot actually, which I found quite weird. They also for a limited time they gave away FIFA 18 for free, like their free trial period where you could play the whole game for I think it was like a week period or the weekend or something like that. And yeah, they only like mentioned FIFA 19 quite briefly, which is why I'm a bit confused. But
I think they'll probably focus it more on after the World Cup, but that's just my speculation on that.
I guess so.
Don't quote me that. Don't take that for like guaranteed. But from what it sounded like, they'll probably focus it more after the World Cup ends.
But these sports games make EA a lot of money in like transactions and stuff.
Yeah, because of all the packs and that stuff.
Well, listen to this, right? You know, Ultimate Team is, I think, is the most popular game of any sports game, and other games, not even sports games, other games try and adopt kind of a build your team with these packs or build your characters with these packs, right? And think of it this way: EA, obviously, FIFA is their golden child, right? That's their poster boy. That's FIFA, right? They're selling it on the Nintendo Switch, their PS3, PS4, PC, Xbox 360 and Xbox One, and they sell packs on every single platform.
Wow!
Right, which I think is ridiculous. I actually saw a funny joke about showing me a funny joke about 2K18 on the PS3, and basically what they do, they put it in the store, but the screenshots and the videos and the trailers are on the generation up, so they sell a false idea what the game looks like. And I think FIFA did the same thing too with with theirs. They will say, "Oh yeah, FIFA 18 looks like this on the PS3 and the Xbox One and the Switch," but it actually doesn't. It's looking like the PS4 graphics. So I think FIFA is probably the game that's just gonna blow the other ones out of the water. Madden, I mean, I don't really follow American football anymore. I used to follow them quite a bit, but not anymore. And like the Madden games, they get more technical, more complicated every single time, and that turns me off when it comes to sports games, because I like the arcadey kind of you know, oh, I pass it up here and I can sprint to it, and I haven't got to hold 3 buttons to jockey. It's just or there's a way for you to turn it into the keeper, so you can actually defend properly when the shot goes. I'm like, yo, what happened to the days when the AI was just...
I miss the street games. I wish they'd bring them back.
FIFA Street. The FIFA was it the second one? FIFA Street 2. Oh, that was my game.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with FIFA Street 3. That was kind of weird.
No, it made it hella cartoony for some reason.
Yeah.
Like
stretched everybody out.
Well, Peter Crouch looked like one crackhead on steroids.
Remember, like, everyone looked like Kevin Durant. You know, like skinny, slanky, and like noodly. Everyone's like, for some reason, I don't know why. Everyone looked like Kevin.
You look like an actual wet noodle.
right. Yeah. So I think the one thing that intrigues me about FIFA, the one thing I like about FIFA, what sports games in general. I'm not the biggest sports fan, but it's the ability to play like the one character and have your friends join in and everybody plays their own character, right? That to me is so fun. I think they call it pro clubs.
Yeah,
that
pro
to me
clubs.
is so fun, and that is the only game where I think that would entice me to get FIFA 19. If somebody said to me, "Yo, Power Guy, I'm thinking about making a team. There's like 7 of us. You want to be You want to be the 8th man?" I'll be like, "Yo, when the game goes on sale, because I ain't trying to spend that much bread." Then yeah, let me hop in. Yeah. So anyway, question time. Big, quick fire round for you. You're buying FIFA 19. We know this already. Are you buying Madden?
No.
Are you buying NBA Live?
No.
And when you buy FIFA, what edition are you gonna get? Just the normal one. Or
I just get the normal edition really. Well, because I don't know if because normally the editions are for those who really play Ultimate Team, and I don't play Ultimate Team like that. I'm not a big fan of Ultimate Team. So, for example, this year's will be the Ronaldo edition. Words. To basically based on
words.
Because obviously Ronaldo's won the Champions League 3 times, and also saying that PES were licensed with the Champions League mode, and they don't have licensing anymore. So FIFA's like, yes, we will just take the whole market now, and it's going to be ours. So that's why they're implementing the Champions League mode on FIFA 19, which I'm really excited about that. Literally don't know anything about it, just knowing that there's going to be a Champions League mode. So I'm guessing there's going to be more information about that coming soon. Yeah, if you buy the edition, it's more for the players who like to have packs. So every week you'll be given a free pack worth, I think 20k. Yeah. And you're literally guaranteed like a legend or like a gold player or like a rare player, and like 4 uncommons and stuff like that. I don't know how it's worded, like how it works out, but it works out that way. But me personally, I'll probably just get the normal thing.
And like, just so people know, anybody who doesn't play FIFA, it's very, very important to get as many bonuses as you can. If you can get a gold, diamond, amethyst, whatever version of a player, right? Whatever version of it is, you need them. Because there's plenty of times I've seen like the high-rated Ronaldo, prestiged version of him. He runs up that wing. Ain't nobody stopping this dude. So
yeah,
it's pretty important when it comes to Ultimate Team. Shumo, your turn. A quick fire round for you. FIFA, are you getting it? Madden, are you getting it? NBA, are you getting it? Live, that is.
No, I won't be getting any of those. I'm not into sports games at all.
Not even like, I don't know, not even like with a couch buddy. You know, you're sitting down with somebody just playing a match on FIFA. Like, you know, you're not gonna play online, even though. But
yeah, nah, I don't play FIFA at all. I never have.
Damn. All right, I'll switch over to you then, Sleep. What about you? Quick fire round, same questions, man. FIFA, Madden, Live. You gonna pick them up? Is Sleep here? Has Sleepless Elite for once actually fell asleep?
Falling asleep.
No way.
No.
He can't climb you anymore.
Yes.
He can't climb you anymore. Hey, Sleep, don't worry, I'll answer for you. So,
Hey, my name's Sleepless Elite, and I don't like to play football games because I shit on anything that I don't like. Because how fuck are y'all?
Raw.
Perfect. I'll leave it as that. Sleep will probably come back. Maybe his mic's messed up or something like that. I'll leave him to that. We'll talk about we'll talk about some more EA stuff. Star Wars Battlefront 2. They have a DLC coming out. I don't know. I can't believe
Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2, yeah.
Wow. I totally missed that. I can't lie.
They had a DLC coming out called Clone Wars. Oh, hello.
Oh, he's back.
He's back.
What happened?
We thought you
No,
You were at the podcast, you bastard.
No, I didn't. I've been sitting here. I had nothing to say.
Oh,
He asked you a question.
We asked you a question.
What question?
Oh wow, he denies.
I won't lie. I think I might have KO'd. I've had like 2.5, 3 hours sleep. I'm running on fumes right now. That's why I've been banging these Jolly Ranchers, and I forgot to put one in my mouth. So now I'm tired. Sorry,
we said
Sleepless Elite is sleepless?
That's what you said. We were like, wait, is Sleepless Elite finally fell asleep?
Can I get a re-up on the question?
Oh
No.
no. The question's for you. You probably gonna answer no. But are you gonna get either FIFA, Madden, or NBA Live?
No.
Are you gonna even think about a sports game?
Not these ones, no.
Okay, right. So we're moving on to the next topic.
Star Wars.
Sorry. Also, just to kind of chip in myself, I will try and get NBA Live 90. I got NBA Live 8. What I do is I always wait about 4 months after it comes out because it goes stupidly dirt cheap because EA can't compare to 2K. 2K sells the bloody marketing. EA are forced to drop the game down to like 20 quid. They try and bring out the special edition, the one edition for £54. It's cheaper than 2K's special edition, but then 4 months down the line, we're selling it for like 15 quid. Please, somebody buy. Somebody buy. So that's all I know. That I won't be getting Madden. I probably won't get FIFA unless people are like, pro clubs, and I probably see what it's all about. But anyway, Star Wars Battlefront 2 bringing out a DLC. I say this game is dead.
It's dead. It's been dead. It's been.
It had such a bad start. I have the game on disc, and I have not put it in my PlayStation 4 to play it yet.
Snap it.
So
I've also got it. We should play it.
So yeah, you know what? I think I'll give it a go. I got told basically pain wasn't very good. It was short, and not only that, the AI were kind of brain dead. Like they didn't make them very challenging or tough.
Roger.
Right. So there was that, and obviously with the whole microtransactions and the locked characters and that crap that EA decided to try and pull off. Now then, saying that though, they could do a For Honor. For Honor started off losing about, I think it was 60 or 80% of their player base, to actually now bringing out a new race of characters. So that means they were able to flip it on its head from a game that pretty much is dead in the water to a game that now is striving and actually working. Can Battlefront 2 do this with the Clone Wars DLC? What do you think?
No.
You think you can,
No.
No?
No.
Damn.
No.
Shima, what about you? What do you think?
When they came out, I was surprised actually how like frank they were about like how they fucked up and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit too far gone for this one because it just left such a bad taste in everyone's mouth.
Yeah.
But the franchise could still like do well, like Battlefront as a franchise. So like the next Battlefront, as long as they do the right thing, I think they could be all right. I do want to check out this Clone Wars.
Right.
Like I got it. I bought it pre-owned. There was no way I was buying it new from anywhere. Fuck you, not getting none of my money for all that bullshit. But yeah, like you, I'm yet to actually play it. I did enjoy the beta a lot when it was beta time. So I am going to give it a good go eventually. And yeah, I mean it's good to see that they're still supporting it.
Yeah, that's true.
But no, yeah, God, carry on. Next one.
Sleep. Are you gonna? Do you own Star Wars Battlefront 2?
I own the first one.
You don't own number 2, do you?
No. I
So
because of literally because I heard what they were doing and I was like, burn them all.
in that case, then I'll pretty much classify it as a no.
This game,
but-
like, they should just put this game in the bag, tie some bricks to it, drop it in the nearest river, and then move on to the next one. Because they can make another one.
Yikes! I
was gonna say a dark joke, but I'm not gonna say it.
leave it until we're off the it.
Can I say it? Can I say it now?
I'm gonna say this now. I don't agree with what he's about to say.
The floor is yours. Go for it. And if you say Jordan's a rapist, I swear.
Wait, you admit it?
No, just shut up. Just say your damn joke.
It was just gonna be like, because obviously they said attach some bricks onto it, put it in the bag, and I was like, what? Just give it the Madeleine McCann treatment.
Wow.
Raw.
Wow.
Like I'm saying, I do not condone what he's about to say. I stand by it now. I do not condone what he's saying.
But y'all laughing.
He's laughing. I'm not laughing.
Jordan is.
I'm laughing at how robotic you sound. You sound like you put a recording on, like just set that shit to loop.
Yeah, I was gonna say it. Insert laughter.
What annoyed me about the Star Wars thing was not about the whole character lock thing. I didn't buy it at the start or whatever, and I'm pretty sure they fixed a few things once I got around to actually having the game. What frustrated me is that it's the title of the game and the disrespect you're putting to the reputation of the title of the game. The game is Star Wars Battlefront 2. The Star Wars Battlefront 2 that I know for the PS2 and I think it was Xbox as well, the Xbox original, and PC was so good.
God tier multiplayer game.
You know what I mean? Did everything so right. Like I got to play that game locally, split screen, and I actually had the feature to play it online on the PC as well. One of the servers was still open, whatever. And like that game it's had so much availability in it. So when I see Star Wars Battlefront 2 come out, 5+ years later, 10 years later, I don't know, whatever. X amount of years later on the next gen, I'm like, yo, this is gonna be fire. And then they do that, and I'm like, not only did you make a bad game, not only did you make a good game seem very, very bad, but you put the reputation of another game to it. And that just destroyed me. I was like, you know what? I've got this game. But what's the point of me even putting it in my district? I'm not going to enjoy it. So that's kind of my thing with Star Wars Battlefront 2. I know Star Wars got another game, Jedi Fallen Order. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know anything about that, so I can't really.
Right, yeah. So Jedi
people
Fallen...
made Titanfall. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's made by Respawn, the guys who make Titanfall. It's called Jedi Fallen Order, which is set between episodes 3 and 4, and it's coming holiday 2019.
Yeah, Christmas stuff. Oh wait, that's up. Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's next year.
Christ. Okay. All right.
Christmas in 2 years.
Right, I'm going to talk about some indie games. I got 2 listed here. Unravel 2 is the first one, and Sea of Solitude. Now, I looked at Sea of Solitude.
Wavy.
And it looks... I was going to say, it's one of those games that look unique and beautiful. A bit like Journey, or a bit like if you ever played the game Limbo or Inside. It's like... Or Little Nightmares. You know,
I know Little Nightmares. Yeah.
One of those games where it's not necessarily all the games, amazing, it's sickest graphics, but it's the soundtrack, it's kind of like a tranquil feel. I don't know how to really explain it. It's just one of those games that are fire, and definitely are under the radar, and the price is right for you to buy it. You know what I mean?
I'll disagree with you there. I don't think they're so much under the radar, because the thing is, with a lot of indie games, so with a lot of AAA games, they focus a lot on. Sometimes they can just they can take something and recycle it, repackage it, and people will buy it. Whereas this has a lot of it focuses more on the things they wouldn't focus on. So like the actual, for making it actually look artsy.
Okay.
Whereas Call of Duty obviously looks very photorealistic and looks like a Call of Duty game. Like the indie games tend to be very, very pretty looking. Sometimes they're very minimalistic and whatever, but there's still power in the minimalism.
See, this is the thing though. It's like I see that under the radar because nobody really hears of the game unless somebody else tells you, or you go searching for it. Like take Unravel for example. I wanted to get that game because I'm a big fan of the platform. It's 2D kind of just indie games. I love Limbo. I love Inside. I like Little Nightmares, even though it's 3D, but you get the point. But the idea was it's kind of like no one really even knew what Unravel was. But it's awesome to know that it got a number 2. So even though many people probably wouldn't know that this puzzle game was out, puzzle platformer game was out, called Unravel, where you play like a ball of yarn, basically into like unraveled into a character, and you're running around and stuff. Like that game got number 2. That means the first game did good enough. The front of the hit stores to get a number 2.
Yeah, Unravel did quite well, like critically and I guess like economically for them. So it's good to see them like continue to support it. Like the big publishers, when they go for like their like indie games, which they've been starting to do more and more in recent years, they're usually pretty good games. Like I know Ubisoft does it, and even EA themselves, they just did A Way Out, which was really good. Me and Sleep played that together.
Bang bang, go check it out.
Plug.
To the playlist.
I've not actually played A Way Out yet, so that's something like that we gotta check out.
Also, watch Big's gameplay on it too. The ending is fire.
Who did you play with, Big?
Leo.
No,
Right.
who did you play
No,
with?
who did you play it with?
Oh, I played with my boy, Legendary Shonin.
And what a legend he is!
Wait, oh, Leo's the character in the game. Is that what you're on about? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought Legendary Shonin's name was a Leo. Right, so that's pretty. Oh, sorry, actually, Big. I actually forgot you for a second. Sorry. Unravel. Are you an indie game player? Do you play a lot of indie games? Strictly AAA titles or big titles?
Oh no! I'm not strictly AAA titles. If I F with the game, then I F with the game, no matter what the game is. Like no matter like who the producers or the studio is.
Yeah.
Like if the game suits me, then it suits me. But no, I'll check it out. This is not me saying no. This is me saying I'll check it out, see what it's saying. If I like it, then I'll pick it up.
The indie game, I know this is kind of off top. The indie game that I do recommend you guys play if you haven't, it's called Inside. You play a kid with like a red T-shirt, and that's like the distinct feature of it. And you're going through kind of like a world, 2D platform game. You're going through like a world where people are out gunning to get you. You know what I mean? Like they got guards like chasing after you and looking through forests to find you and stuff. Like that game, made by the same people who made Limbo.
What did the kid do though?
You're going to find out. It's not. There's very minimal dialogue. If anything, there's not any at all. It's just it's just you, the kid, the environment, and the danger. And like, there's barely even any music, but it's so awesome. I played that game and beat it in 2 hours and like 50 minutes. I streamed it all the way through, and it came down to like £7 or something on sale. I recommend that game. It's so good, and it does so little but so much at the same time. If you get my point, and that's what I like about indie games. That they kind of they just hit those parts where you're like, whoa, yo, games are really awesome.
Yeah,
you
like
know,
I'm thinking about doing having a day of where I play indie games when I'm like streaming and stuff, and actually having like a schedule of like, oh, in the middle of the week there's gonna be an indie game thing where I try and finish an indie game in one sitting.
Well, there's a community where the community are really for just indie games. Like,
Yeah,
there's
one indie game that I did play that I haven't finished that I actually really want to finish now that I'm thinking about it. I know Shuma's played it. Whether he's finished it or not, I don't know. But it's called Fury.
Well, I get buying that.
It's actually really good. It's like the art style is up my street because it's very 80s retro type stuff.
Yeah.
The soundtrack is quality. The mechanics of the game are really good. You know, basically, it's like a future Afro samurai. I'm not gonna. I'm going to be drawn to that. Afro samurai is the thing. If you haven't seen the anime and the movie, go watch it. It's sick.
I have actually seen the anime. Not seen the movie. Okay, so that's pretty much EA, right? I'm gonna move on to Microsoft. Now, there's a lot of Microsoft, so I'm gonna kind of
we'll try and dust through all of these. We'll just mention stuff, and I think it's a point where we should probably actually just say yay or nay.
Right, yeah.
Or nay.
We're gonna kind of speed through. There are a few. Yeah, right. There are a few which I'm gonna try and elaborate a bit on more, but essentially on the Microsoft stuff, games which most people probably wouldn't have known are coming out. We've got a game that's called Captain Spirit.
Yes, 100%. 100% day one. 9 days time, I am there. It's going to be on the channel. The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit. Made by the same people who did Life is Strange. I'm getting
Yes.
Yeah, it's free too.
Ah, yes!
There you
See,
go.
there you go. Boom.
There you go.
Now, none of you, any of you who are listening to this, you now don't have an excuse.
I recommend you guys, if you haven't played Life is Strange, to give it a go. It's very slow, but it gets awesome, twisted, weird, cool. It's very, very slow though. So if you're into those decision-making, like telltale kind of games, if you're into them, Life is Strange is awesome. I have high hopes that the awesome development of Captain Spirit.
Quick sign. Telltale did mention that there's going to be a new Walking Dead.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Season 4.
Overkill, right?
No.
Yeah. No. There's an actual Telltale episode 4 coming out, and
it comes out on the 26th of August.
Yeah, and then they're changing the mechanics of it, so they're putting in more unscripted fight scenes.
Yeah.
So obviously you get more. If you want to beat up my man with a wrench, you can. You don't have to actually just go around and say, "Oh, there's a wrench that appears to be on the floor. I'm gonna go pick it up." And yeah. So sorry about that. Literally just popped into me where you said Telltale.
It's cool. I'm a big fan of Telltale, and like I said later on, that will definitely be something I'm going to bring to my channel. I've played all of them, but I'm going to bring it to the channel anyway, just because I want to share it with my viewers, right? Next up is Battletoads. Now, when I saw this, I was kind of like, they're bringing a lot of hype. They've got all this comic book kind of vibe going on with this introduction of the game. I don't think they showed any gameplay.
No.
I like Battletoads. It's a hard game.
Get in it.
But they seem to put a lot of hype to it. And if anyone hasn't played it, it's basically just like a beat 'em up game, like a side-scrolling kind of fire game. It was, I believe it was 3-player, or was it only 2-player?
3.
It was 3 characters. It was 3-player and it's 3 characters. Yeah, and you're just toads that fight. Essentially, a bit like Streets of Rage or Final Fight, very similar. Hey or nay, guys? What do you think about Battletoads?
Yes, I reckon it's gonna be hype. It's gonna be fun.
Shima, what are you saying?
Yeah, I would have liked to actually seen it, but yeah, Battletoads is cool. I'll give it a go.
And Big?
I don't have an Xbox.
Oh, you don't. It's only on Xbox PC.
But I'll watch y'all guys stream it.
Nice.
For us three, it's whether we're gonna get it. For Big, it's whether he's gonna watch.
Hey, you definitely should.
Yes.
You definitely should. I'm expecting it to be. Oh, by the way, the game is hand drawn, so it's gonna be a bit like Cuphead, hand drawn.
And speaking of Cuphead, there's DLC coming. New bosses and a new character are coming in the spring of 2019.
2019.
Very nice transition.
It looks like Cuphead.
Yeah, I don't know what her name is.
What's her name?
I don't know. She looks like a Cuphead.
There's a character. She's a character. In the
Capellina.
It's Legendary Chalice. Her name is.
Mad.
Or do you pronounce it Chalice?
Or do you pronounce it Chalet?
Is it Miss
Chalet?
Miss Chalice or
Cuphead, Mugman, and on, the name was there. Introducing, legendary.
If you guys
talents.
could make your own Cuphead, what would it look like?
It would look like Donkey Kong's face.
Mine would be like a red solo cup, and he would just be drunk as fuck every time. You know,
he has a sign. I need to go to an AA meeting.
You know, he would just be a massive red solo cup. Like, that would be his guy. He'd be waved all the time, and especially he would just throw up on people. That's what he would do. Piss people off.
Speaking of pissing people off, Crackdown 3.
Oh my god!
Oh, the transitions are peng.
The fire, man. I like it.
Hey, where the horns? Where the horns at?
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me grab them real quick.
But yeah. Down 3. Wow. Delayed to 2019. Oh my god. Alright, stop.
Jesus.
What are you doing?
This guy, man. All I'm gonna say about Crackdown 3 is it looks okay, it looks fun, it looks kind of like a bit like Saints Row, because Saints Row stole its thunder. Seeing Saints Row has released like 3 games since Crackdown has even released 1. But
it's like what's it called again? Paladins and Overwatch.
Right. So Crackdown 3 is kind of like a sci-fi kind of agent, kind of police officer, where you run around, and the more you play it, and
Super duper RoboCop.
There you go, right? The more you play it, the more you do different things, your guy gets better. So, for example, if you keep beating people up with like melee attacks, your guy eventually, his physique gets bigger because he's using so much melee, and he does more damage to melee. Same with guns, it's a bit better, and
okay, but wait, does it differ on what race the guy is beating up?
What? No, it does not. However, I think in Crackdown 1 you could choose a different character. Like his face would be different. So when he transforms, he would look. So you could play a different race of a character, and he would look different based on the character you choose. Right?
I was coming across of like if the guy is just beating up like black people, does his armor get buffered more than if he beat up a white person?
Does he get a MAGA hat? Make America great again.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
I don't think he does.
I reckon the game might be good. Even though it's been keeps getting pushed and pushed. I still think it has potential to do well, and it does look like it's good. Because we've seen some gameplay of it, we've seen more mechanics of it and stuff. At the actual E3 thing, I was expecting Terry Crews to actually be there, but I think even he knows this is probably not great to be a part of because it keeps getting pushed and everyone's getting a bit angry.
This is the thing. Terry Crews saved it for me. Because in my head, I saw it, I was like, this is looking a little bit like a Saints Row game. Even though Crackdown did it first, I know. But this is feeling like a bit like a Saints Row game, and the game isn't really offering too much that is new. And then Terry Crews started talking, and I was like, "Yo, I'm kind of feeling it." And then it really sucked me into the trailer. And in the trailer, the key things for me was the whole pick up agility orbs and your character transforms, or you shoot and your character transforms, or your car skill, your driving skill allows your car to transform. Like it was showing all this kind of cool stuff with a Terry Crews.
I've played the previous ones, and I won't lie, it is very cool.
And it's good fun. It's good fun. Yay or nay, guys?
Yay.
What about you, Shoobs?
I'm not fussed, to be honest. I don't understand how this game hasn't been cancelled, because they've cancelled exclusive games that they have, which don't have as many problems as Crackdown 3 does.
They must really want to push this.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I think they really want to bring it out, and I think they don't want to do a situation where a game comes out early. It's so whack because it was supposed to come out like 4 months later, but it doesn't. There's one game that always comes to my mind when this happens, and it is Sonic the Hedgehog 2018, the one for Xbox 360, which is the 3D game. That game was supposed to come out like I think few months later on down the line, it was riddled with bugs, and it's been told to be the worst Sonic game ever. And now anybody.
You said 2018.
2008. No, 2006. Sorry, 2006 is actually the correct.
Oh, I know what you're about.
Yeah, Sonic. They call it Sonic. They call it Sonic 06.
Yeah.
And it was really, really bad. And now that game is just the staple of, oh, any bad Sonic game? Oh, it must be Sonic 06. Like, you know what I mean? Like every game is like, oh, worse than this or worse than that. I don't think Crackdown want to do that. And the thing is, what I hope Crackdown do, and they haven't really announced it yet, is make it so it's what the multiplayer is going to be like. Now you can make it cooperative. That is fun. But what are you going to add to the co-op to make it more exciting?
Yeah.
Because if you're just going to make it because it's 4-player, the only thing that's going to make it worth getting is because there's no more competition. Saints Row is a pretty much similar game. That's only 2-player. Agents of Mayhem is a pretty similar game. I think that's only single-player. So there's not another game that's 4-player co-op where you can run around, destroy things, power up, and all that type of stuff. So hopefully, fingers crossed, Crackdown 3 is good. What do you think, Shumo? Not Shumo. Big. Sorry.
Will you watch us play it?
You're gonna watch?
Oh yeah. Microsoft stuff, right?
No, I was gonna say, do you guys think them pushing it back is gonna have more of a hindrance on it? Because
for me, for the final product of the game, no. When it comes to reputation, yes. I will say that because for me, if you're taking longer to make the game, it means that we're obviously expecting a more complete game. And if you have to push it back, I'm like, you know what, fine, because you know what.
How many years have they been making this game for now?
They announced it in 2014. It was supposed to come out in 2016. It's now slated to come out in 2019. Let's see if that one comes out then.
That's 5 years. Yeah,
they must have really been wanting to add to this game. I don't know.
Seriously,
like, do you think it really takes 5 years for you guys to make a game?
It'll definitely take me 5 years to make a game.
Well, you don't have a studio behind you, though. You don't have a studio like backing you.
No, but they've been working on it for longer than 5 years.
Longer, that's what I mean. Yeah. The second Crackdown 2 was released, they would have had someone on their team or a small team working on it, whether it's just making concept ideas or whatever. They've been working on it for a while. Personally, I think the reason why it's getting pushed back so much is because they're trying to reach perfection. But I believe the title of the type of game it is, I don't think there's any perfection in it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it's one. Yeah, it might be a lost cause what they're doing.
I think it might be a case of Microsoft has just invested too much into it, and they don't want to see no return.
Right.
But we'll only find out when it comes out. And moving on to the year that it actually comes out, Cyberpunk 2077, when Crackdown 3 will actually be released, full release and everything. This game looks fire.
Yes, it does.
This game looks fire. I'm bullet fingers everywhere. This game looks fire. I don't think we need to say anything.
Hey, slap the horns on. Slap on the horns.
I don't think we need to say anything about it. We don't need to say nothing. We don't need to say nothing more about this. Cyberpunk 2077, we're all down for. Let's move on to the next game because we don't need to talk about it no more. We're all hyped for it.
Let's go!
I do want to add one thing, just to, if you don't know what it is. It's basically a sci-fi game. I think it's going to be an RPG. I don't know if it's going to have multiplayer. That hasn't been. Sorry. I think it's just single player. Sorry.
Yeah,
it's not going to feature any loot boxes or any incremental DLC. So I'm assuming after they finish releasing DLC, it's not going to be like, oh, we got another one in the works. Oh, we got another one in the works. Look. We're like freaking Destiny 2. Anyway, and essentially, yeah, I'm guessing it's set in the year 2077. And kind of like a funky kind of a rocky kind of world, cyberpunk kind of world, and it seems like everybody's a robot, or at least everything looks to be like roboty android kind of. In the trailer,
like enhanced.
Right, yeah, right, because it seems like everybody's hooked up to something. Everybody's kind of connected to somebody, or there's like robots connected together or something. So it's very interesting. No gameplay has been shown, to my knowledge, and that's pretty much it when it comes to Cyberpunk. Like you said, I'm pretty sure everybody can look into it being good. Whether it will be good, we'll have to see. Because I don't even know if it's person shooter. I don't know if it's a third-person shooter.
FPS,
I don't know if it's.
So yeah, it's first-person shooter. There has been a gameplay demo behind closed doors, and from what people have been reporting, it looks like really, really good.
Right.
Bang.
Okay. That's
Next,
awesome.
DMC5.
Yes. Devil May Cry for me. I'll go first. Devil May Cry for me is done. For me, I believe there's just so many Devil May Cries that Dante or whoever looks so different in every single one that when I stop playing after Devil May Cry 2, I have completely lost the story.
Devil May Cry 2.
I don't know where the hell we are now, right? One moment I see Dante with grey hair, and I see him with brown hair, but I'm pretty sure in the same game he has grey hair as well. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? Where are we?
Let me break it down for you.
Right. Thank you.
So,
let's break it down. Sorry.
DMC2 was I'm not sure where exactly in the timeline it is, but after DMC2 you had DMC. DMC3 was a prequel of when he was younger, set before the first game, and then you had DMC4, which I could only assume to that point was the latest in the timeline. Yeah. And that focused on a different main character, Nero, who was, I believe, he's Virgil's son, so Dante would be his uncle. Yeah. Then they tried to reboot the franchise as DMC, which is when you had the dark-haired guy, the dark-haired Dante, and we don't really talk about that game. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it just didn't feel like Devil May Cry or whatever. I am so happy that Devil May Cry 5 is coming out, and it's back to like Dante and Nero and Virgil and like the regular timeline kind of thing.
The good stuff.
And it's the original, and it's the original people working on it.
See, for me, Devil May Cry was like a game where Dante, or the main character, so the protagonist, is a badass. He's got them sick weapons. You're greedy. You're beating the crap out of these demons, devil, whatever. And he would say cheesy ass stuff. Like that was what that was my impression of
100%.
Is the Devil May Cry game same as the Devil May Cry anime, or am I just tripping?
Yes, it's the same.
I didn't know the anime. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, the anime was pretty good. It was like 12, 13 episodes or whatever.
Oh, but I said they were having sex and then man got eaten by some punani, bro. That's wild. Like literally, it sounds so out of context, but guys, it literally happened like that. Like
that's how you're going out.
I prefer going out during sex. You know, I can't lie. I can't lie.
Hey or nay for Devil May Cry 5? I know, Shumo, you ain't gonna answer. We already know. Yeah, Big. What do you think? You're gonna pick it up? See what? Oh no, we can't. Are you gonna watch it? Are you gonna be interested?
I'll watch it.
It's coming out on PS4 too. Don't worry.
It's coming out.
If it's coming on PS4, then I'll watch. Well, I'll watch you guys stream it and play it, and then I'll still make my decision on that afterwards. But yeah.
Before I ask you, Sleep, can I just echo this idea? It's so amazing now that you don't even have to buy a game off the bat to see if it's good. You can watch somebody else play it, and there's so many people you can watch play. You can watch a pro person play it, somebody who's never ever seen Devil May Cry 4, somebody who lives that shit.
And why would you? But the thing is, though, yes, and you can watch anyone. That's why you should watch all of us. I am Sleepless Elite. We have Shumo, we have Bigger Kill, and we have PowellGuyGaming. You should watch us play games. Why? Because we're your favourite streamers. Your mum said so. So, I mean, you might as well subscribe right now. Thank you.
Yeah, I just wanted to have an idea. So, yeah, are you going to pick it up? Devil May Cry 5?
I'm not invested in the franchise, so no.
I am also not invested anymore. I treat Devil May Cry to be, spoiler unfair, Sam, please don't get too upset with me. But I treat it as like Final Fantasy a little bit, where it's like there's so many of them, and I'm not caught up. I'm like, you know what? It ain't even worth it, man. Like, let me get out of here.
I don't want it, man.
Yeah, let me get out of here. So,
well, if you ever want to catch up, there's all of them are available on PS4 at the moment.
Really?
Yeah, the HD collection came to PS4, so that's 1, 2, and 3. If you do want to play DMC, there's a definitive edition of that, and Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition, which is the PS4, is also on PS4.
I might have to get the HD collection because I did like number 1. I like number 2. I like number 2 as well. So I might get. And if I start playing, spark me play number 3 and the rest of them. So yeah, I might do that, man. I might do that. The next game. We on to the next game. Of Microsoft's conference. This was going to hit pretty close to home. I recently been playing a lot of the Division.
Bang.
Division 2 comes out on PS4, PC, and Xbox One. I watched some gameplay, and it looks it looks very Division-y. You're in a squad, and you're an agent, part of the Division. I don't know if they talked about exactly what is happening in the world.
So they went into more detail about that at Ubisoft's conference.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah. Do you want to go ahead and explain it?
So I think basically what it is. So obviously the first one was set in the winter and in New York. It's now moved over to Washington DC and it's in the summer. And I think a lot of the demo was about going to, I think, Capitol Hill or the White House or whatever it was, and just kind of trying to like reclaim that.
Yeah. All right. I mean, it looks good. It looks like Division. It has the whole. You're a squad and you have different enemy types and you have the elites and just the normal running around dudes. You throw grenades and all that good stuff. It's a Ubisoft kind of third-person shooting game. It's a Division game. So if anyone is looking to get into a third-person co-op shooter, by the way, I recommend the Division is probably a game for you. And the Division 2 looks like it's definitely going to reignite kind of the Division. I'm going to pick it up personally because I've been really enjoying the Division 1 recently. So
yeah,
I've been playing with Shumo and Sleep. So
like we were saying before as well, we tried it before. And due to certain things, we just weren't having fun like that. But then we left it, switched some things up, subtracted some factors, and then we came back to it. And
subtracted some factors.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, we gave it some time, subtracted some factors, came back, and it all added up to a good experience. And I think adding more people and multiplied that experience. So that is the Division. Bang! I just got all 4 of the tigs in. Oh, that was such a reach, and I don't care.
It comes out on the 15th, 2019. I think there's I think there's a beta coming out soon. If you have Division 1, I think you can sign up for that. I don't know if you can. If you don't have it, I'm not too sure. But you can sign up anyway. Big, do you have the Division 1?
I had the Division, sold it, but
sold it?
Yeah. I sold it.
But I know you made no profit. I know you made no return. I know you made no return. CEX or Game or whoever the hell you sold it to. Ripped your
I bought it pre-owned and I sold it pre-owned, so hey. It wasn't really caring about the return. It was just one of the games that at the time I wasn't really playing like that.
Did you see Division 2?
Yeah, I did. It looks dope. It kind of makes you want to go like buy another copy of the Division and play it again. So
what I can say to you is that it looks somewhat similar, very similar. So if anybody had an issue with the gameplay mechanics of number 1, then I'm pretty sure you're gonna have a similar issue with Division 2. Even the stuff like the health bar and the UI, very, very similar.
I did notice we have armor now.
Yeah.
So like how the veterans and the elites have armor.
Yeah.
You yourself have an armor bar now.
I think it's the kind of like broken into little chunks, isn't it? I think it was shown. Yeah. So I saw something like that. So it seems pretty good. I guess with being in a new town, because it was in Manhattan before, wasn't it?
Yes, it was Manhattan.
Yeah, Manhattan.
Yeah, that's my guy.
My guy, for real, my guy. I'll stamp you out with my Tims, my guy. Don't play me.
Almost sounded Irish.
Oh, give them warning to you. I'll stab it out with my Tims.
No.
Hey, Sleep. Why don't you give us your Conor McGregor impression?
You know what? I'm good.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Division. So what I find quite interesting is
You ain't gonna do nothing. Oh
my
god,
gosh.
I sound like I'm from Peage's ends.
Mayday.
Nino.
He ain't gonna do
You ain't gonna do
nothing.
You ain't gonna do nothing.
Oh no.
Anyway, back to what I was saying. The Division is quite interesting to me because, like Sleep was saying, we used to play it before, but we just weren't having a good time with it. And when they were announcing the Division, I wasn't paying it too much mind. But over the last week, I've done basically a complete 180. Like we, the three of us have been playing, and it's been like a lot of fun. I know me and Sleep bought the season passes yesterday for the first game. And what's quite interesting is that, yeah, you can sign up for the beta now. They've also got, in the first division, they've got shields, which are like challenges that you can work towards, which actually unlock stuff in the next game for you.
Okay.
So it gives you something to do if you wanted to play it until, obviously, it comes out in March or whatever. But... yeah, I'm definitely going to pick it up because I've really, really been enjoying it.
Damn.
I actually kind of hope they keep things relatively the same.
Yeah, it doesn't look too much too different. Just different settings, different stuff to do, which is all I want, really, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, you know, obviously we want more. There's a few tiny things that I want changed. Some of them are UI stuff.
Yeah, it looks like
it's very. It was like in the first one. It takes a lot of time to get used to, and I'm still making mistakes. But it's one of those things where it still functions, it still works, and it's fine. But it is one of those things where it is a little bit funky. A bit funky, a bit clunky, but you know what? It's alright.
Yeah, I found with Tom Clancy games, there's always like a little element of clunk to it.
Yes, there is. Ghost Recon was the prime example of. Jesus, that game was so clunky. My God. But I loved it though. I love Ghost Recon so much. But yeah, it's more, I don't know. Maybe it's just the engine they run on. I don't even know. I don't know. But yeah, that's the Division 2. I think it's a hey from most of us. If we are, next up is Dying Light 2. Dying Light. Shout out to Dashi Games. I've not played Dying Light 1. I do want to pick it up. It's currently on
That
sale.
game, nah.
Not bad.
I'm opposed to them.
Oh, you like it? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
right. Hey, Big, do you want to take this segment? Did you want to kind of
Well, from what I watched and everything, I didn't play Dying Light, the first one, but I watched, actually, like you said, Dashi play it, and other YouTubers play it as well. But in this one, the difference that they're making is that there's each action you do in a mission, each main mission has a consequence of what action you take.
Yeah.
So, for example, they gave an example for if you do a peacekeeper mission by, for example, bringing water to the town.
Yeah.
If you go around and defeat those people who are holding the water, you bring the water to the town. It makes the town's able to better itself. You can see there's actually progress in the town and stuff like that.
It has a bit like a State of Decay kind of thing. You ever played
Yeah.
it? But
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you decide, okay, you know what, I don't want to bring it to the peacekeepers, and I just want to hold it for myself and with the other people, then there'll be more people challenging you for your water, because water is a state of currency in that time.
Ooh, okay.
So and then just other stuff like that. So it doesn't have to be water. It could be like medicine. It could be like food and other stuff like that. Like necessities that we take for now. That obviously in that time period where the post-apocalypse happens, like those are gonna be more valuable than
They're
what we see them.
commodities at this point.
yeah. So like that really caught my eye, and I was like really like I was like, okay, so
right?
I can choose to be help the town, or hold back and just watch everyone fight for each other and cause mayhem. So you can actually play it how you want to play it. You can either embellish the town, let everyone help each other out, or you can be that good superhero and just be like, guys, fight amongst yourselves. Whoever wins, come face me.
I mean, Dying Light, obviously, zombie game, based a lot around parkour, a bit like Mirror's Edge. If anyone's ever played Mirror's Edge, very similar to that. And it's got a Dead Island fighting combat
it's all
system.
melee stuff.
Yeah, right. It's very
Or melee,
very
whatever you say.
yeah. Very melee orientated. No weapons. It's very melee orientated. I will not be picking up Dying Light 2. Main reason for me not picking it up is because I didn't play number 1, and I love zombie games. I'm a big fan of zombie games, but I think it's just the free running. I don't know if I really care too much.
I think you should play. I definitely think you should play the first one, and it probably might change your mind. Because I want to finish. My toe. I do want to finish the first one.
As do I, and it's another case of us needing to subtract some factors.
So we can add to the fun, multiply some different factors, and then we can
Identify them burst.
Yeah, then we can devise a plan, identify, and then burst.
Yeah, but you should definitely give it a go, Peach.
Give it a go with us because we're very close to the beginning.
The movement is very
fluid,
very intuitive throughout the world.
Like it is quite, and it's actually fun to do because you do have options of fighting, but you do prefer it is actually more fun to run.
See, I think
and you'll scream a little bit too.
I always describe it as it's what Dead Island should have been.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
See,
I'm such a dead thing.
When it comes to the zombies, I'm always like, yes, like, dude, I gotta run away, but I'm such a big fan of like the idea of the zombies trapping you. I feel like in Dying Light, I can't see there being a way you can ever even.
You definitely
die
can.
to the zombie.
You definitely can.
Oh no, it happens. You definitely die.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
trust me. Like it's the fact of that because without. I mean, this is however many years down the line. This isn't exactly a spoiler, but there are things that will chase you that are as fast as you, and these things are computer programs, so they don't make mistakes. We do. So when you're running away from something, you're like, nah, I need this to be perfect. Otherwise, this thing is just gonna grip my body.
Nighttime on that game is peak.
Yeah, I
I
know
don't
how
think
to
you
play night
understand.
cycle.
Peck. Actually, peck. Like, it's got me shook. Like, I will sometimes want to wait till daytime.
Yeah, so like the particular zombies that come out at night are so leng and just proper, like they're fast, they're strong,
Proper
everything.
African
You have to
skank.
run. You have to run as fast as
That
you
will
can.
take your whole head off.
Innit? Then
Go
eat
to
a
the
next plate of
kitchen,
jollof.
then go to the kitchen, and then eat a next plate of jollof, then a next plate of jollof, that's 3 plates of jollof, then man are well off.
To all my Nigerians and Africans out here, please don't be offended by it.
What do you mean? Sorry, John.
Please
Sorry,
don't be-
jollof.
Please don't be offended. Enjoy your rice and ketchup in peace.
Raw.
And that cow bum soup.
hey, look, Vic, I'll save you.
Hey,
I'll
fuck
save
y'all.
Hey, cow bum soup is nice.
Hey, fuck y'all. There ain't no cow bum. There ain't no cow bum soup.
Sorry.
Why have you eaten it?
I said there isn't. I said, oh wow.
Damn.
PGG's a rapist.
Wow.
Big Imperial eats cow bum soup.
That's a deflect of
Yo,
myself.
see how that fight or flight reaction. You know, fuck you. I'm taking some.
I'm taking you with me. It's you, me, and my bowl of cow bum soup. Trust me, he can give that to the devil. Hey, he can run things.
Look.
Let
Me save you, Big. Let me save you, man. Let's move on to the next. Let's move on to the next one. Fallout 76.
So that's how many fallouts we're gonna have during this filming.
No, like I'm gonna kind of start speeding through some of these. Cause
yeah, we did. Yeah, because I was gonna say a lot of these are stuff that we can literally glaze over.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, we're gonna switch it to the quick fire rounds. Fallout 76. It's a Fallout game which is more online-y kind of an adventure. It's very survival kind of aspects. Teams of 4 kind of thing where you can play with real human, with other enemies who are
4 times the size of Fallout 4's map.
You can build, and you just basically got to survive and stuff. I think there's a story to it as well. So it's not like a normal survival game where you're just surviving for as long as possible. No, it's an actual, you can progress through. But what is different to this, because I thought it was just going to be another Fallout game, it's got the online features, the whole I can kill and take somebody else's stuff, and I can build and destroy other people's stuff. Like, that is something very different that Fallout has never done before, I don't believe so. It's never been multiplayer before. So it's something that is really good, and the reason
it's stuff
why
that people have been asking for a long time.
And the reason why I'm so excited for it, I'm not a Fallout fan. Okay, I don't enjoy Fallout as much as most people do. I haven't played Fallout since Fallout 3, so I haven't played New Vegas or 4. But why I am so excited is because if Fallout 76 does well, then who's to say there's not going to be an Elder Scrolls game that can implement the same multiplayer?
You mean like ESO?
I think there would be.
no, not like ESO, because ESO is not. ESO is like
ESO is an MMORPG.
Right. You got it right.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, right. So Fallout comes out on PC, PS4, Xbox One.
Maybe but that's the thing. That might be what's happening. We don't know, because obviously Bethesda said that Elder Scrolls 6 is coming, but I think they did hint that it was going to be a single player thing.
I don't think Elder Scrolls is ready to go online.
Yeah,
in terms of like their actual Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think it could. It's got a platform too. People would want it. Like if it was the same type of system as this, where it's you can go as a team and beat people up and take their stuff and whatever. That'd be cool. I personally think that it does have a platform to do that. It's got a chance to do that, and if it really wanted to, they've definitely got the resources, the resources, the team, and the funding to do so.
Yeah, I think Fallout were like Bethesda. Sorry, were like, right. So we have Fallout. We have which game can we test out a new system on? Because I don't think this Fallout is part of the main line of games.
So this Fallout is set before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like set around the first time when people left the vaults.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's basically prequel. Essentially, it's yeah.
And it's set in West Virginia, I think.
I believe so.
Mountain, take me home.
Can't you roll?
But yeah, so the release date is just just above the horizon. It's coming out 4th of November this year. So just over the horizon. Speaking of horizons, Forza Horizon 4.
Hey, take it away, Sleep. Take it away.
So I'm down for racing games. I'm probably, out of anyone here, probably the more car-oriented person. Same thing. Let's be honest. It's the same formula as the rest of the Horizons. It's open world racing where people will be online, all in the same place. You're all in your different cars. There's different weathers and seasons which will change how the car reacts. I know from earlier Forzas to later Forzas now, they've added in the actual like Forza Motorsport mechanics where you can actually change your spring your spring stiffness, dampening, ride height, roll bars. It's letting you change a lot of those stuff, and I know that this stuff is so it's basically Forza Motorsport, but with more fun things to do.
When's it coming out?
Basically, it's coming out the 2nd of October.
Okay.
So if you want to get it, I'd say probably get the previous one, get the gears rolling. And you know, in this game, bang, shifted, bang in these gears. Speaking of gears, next one, Gears of War 5. I think that's actually gonna. I'm kind of excited. Because this.
Wait, no, you're not gonna cover the pump fake that they did.
The pump. Oh my god! So this. So I was like, oh yes, Gears, another one, and I was like, oh, is this live? But then. Next thing you know, it was like, oh, Gears of War pop. Like, what? What is this? Because the pump fake was delicious.
Let me explain. Right, so everybody is kind of, you know, waiting for the next game. Gears of War show. The Gears of War symbol shows up on the screen. Everyone's like, whoa, yeah, woo, and you hear the chainsaw noise, like, you know, from the, you know, when you use the gun against the Lancer, the chainsaw at the bottom of it. So everyone's like, yo, it's gonna be so sick. The Gears of War sign gets cut through from the chainsaw, and next minute, this little Marcus Phoenix pops through the screen. He's a Pop Funko figure. So the crowd goes silent, like, what the fuck? The other Gears of War members jump. Basically, they advertised this mobile game called Gears of War Pop, which I'm guessing it's Gears of War on mobile devices with pop figures. No one cares. So then they decide. And that's coming out on Android and iOS, by the way. Then they decide they're going to show off this game called Gears Tactics, which is very similar to XCOM. It's like a strategy, kind of turn-based shooter, where you kind of command a team. And that comes out on PC. So they showcase that. Everyone's like, you know what? That's pretty fun. That's pretty cool. Whatever, it's cool. And then they decide to be like, oh yeah, just so you know, we are actually releasing Gears of War 5. We're just fucking with you. so then they show Gears of War 5 off, and the crowd goes insane. Oh, woo! And I haven't followed Gears of War since Gears of War 4, since Gears of War 3, sorry. So I'm a little bit behind on the timeline. But what I can say,
I need to finish 3 as well.
It has a very strong story. It was based on background.
I was saying, because me and Shumo have been playing them together, and I've been telling him since we said we were going to do them. I said, wait for number 2, because I was telling him number 2's story hurts.
Number 2's story is amazing, but
like,
here's
I remember playing it, and I felt every piece.
Hey. Honestly, it's amazing. If you haven't played it, recommend you try out Gears of War.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen them before. I haven't played them before. I haven't played Judgment. Sorry, I can't make a judgment on that. But what I can make a judgment on was the other gameplay they showed in Gears 5. The main character you're playing, I believe her name is Anna. I don't want to say her name because I don't know if I'm butchering it. But
it's on Kate Diaz.
I said Kate Diaz. Wow.
Anyway,
is this the main character? You're talking about the main character for the new one?
Yeah, Gears 5.
Yeah, Kate Diaz.
Is her name Kate?
I'm literally reading it. It's Kate Diaz.
Oh, there
but
you go.
It's just spelt funny.
There you go. Okay, right. So,
Kate with the S.
Sorry, I thought Kate Diaz was another. Like, I thought it was kind of actor. So I was like,
you mean Cameron Diaz?
That's who I'm probably thinking of. And I also thought you said Nate Diaz. Nate.
Hey, man, like Nate.
He heard McGregor and he came running.
He's like, huh? I heard somebody isn't gonna do nothing. Where is he at?
Right. And the game just looks like Gears of War. Yeah, I'm happy as a kind of like a female kind of role. Like main role, because I know women get mad emotional about that shit. So I guess that's
and I just hope I personally hope for the game that there is a good, nice, decent amount of fan service.
Wait, that's good amount of what?
You cut
out. If I cut out, it's fine. Don't worry, it's fine.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So Gears of War 5, I can say that everybody who has an Xbox or a PC is coming out for both. That's coming out in 2019. Don't have an exact date yet. We'll pretty much probably pick it up if you're a Gears fan. Gears of War Pop, ain't no one getting that. And Gears Tactics might launch in 2009. They don't know yet. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna cover the next part. It's Halo Infinite. I know you guys have played Halo before. I'm a big Halo fan. I do really enjoy it, but I'm not getting too excited for this yet. Yeah. Main reason for it being is because when Halo switched from being Bungie to 343, a lot of changes. There was a lot of changes that went, and I like some changes and I hate some changes. But they said that they were going to attempt to do what Bungie did by making 3 mainline Halo games. Now, bear in mind, you have Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST, Halo Reach, and 4. And, I think 4, 5, Halo Infinite, another Halo game, then Halo 6, and then they will put it to bed. I think that's the way it's going to go. So I don't have much this game because I don't see any gameplay yet. And it's not Halo 6.
Apparently they're saying they're saying this game is a long way off. So this might not even be coming in the next year or the next 2 years. It might be like 2021.
There we go. So
Crackdown 4 confirmed.
that's when Crackdown 4 will get rumored.
So just quick question.
Do you reckon Crackdown 4 will come out before we all die?
Dude, it's gonna come out when Half-Life 3 comes out.
Oh,
Listen, unless Crackdown 3 is like a smash hit, that they're not getting a sequel.
I was not confused as to why it got a sequel, but I'm like, okay, it did. Some things, I'm not gonna get.
It got a sequel because it was good co-op fun, and they thought we can make it 4-player co-op. That's why, and that's the only reason why I drive so, because it was 4-player co-op. I had the wingsuit too, and zombies. I guess it's out there. Yeah. So Halo. Quick question. Do you guys mess around with Halo like that? Do you guys really like Halo?
Yeah, I just reinstalled the whole Halo series on my Xbox, so I'm ready to play through it all.
Yikes! Well, that's pretty awesome. What about you, Shoes? You a big fan of Halo fan?
So I used to have an original Xbox. I've only played Halo 1 and 2. I do have the Master Chief Collection. So I do want to go back through them.
Yeah.
I'm not that invested. It's kind of a case like with you and Devil May Cry. It's like I don't care too much.
Yeah.
I enjoyed 1 and 2, but I am willing to give it a shot, I guess.
What about you, Big? Are you Halo fan?
Nah.
Fair enough. All I can say to you, if you haven't played Halo before, don't play the campaign. Play it on normal because Legendary will piss you off because the bloody snipers on the Jackal snipers will just murder your face every time. So don't do that
basically, basically, Legendary Halo campaign is like Big Imperial trying to play God of War on the hardest difficulty. It just doesn't work.
It's ridiculously dumb.
It does work, and all of y'all just motherfucking haters.
I mean, it definitely doesn't work because we watched you fumble for an hour.
We also watched you delete that video and then restart the game on normal.
Hey, that exposed. Hey, big, look.
Hey, they ain't got no evidence of it. I'm just saying.
I mean, my memories say otherwise.
Your memory. Hey, you got amnesia.
I'm pretty sure I downloaded that stream before you could delete it.
I'm pretty sure that's the opposite of amnesia.
I respect you for playing on the hardest difficulty God of War. But my advice is, when you play a new franchise game, don't play that shit on the hardest difficulty, man. You're looking to ruin your day. God of War on the hardest difficulty, God of War on a hard was ridiculous. I got to that.
Yeah, I know that. I know that now. I'm just saying that just never happened.
Man. Come get him.
Nino.
Mayday.
Yeah. So, moving on. Still in the Microsoft stuff. Jump Force, fighting game, and arena fighting game. Of various anime characters from different worlds to kind of just fight each other. They're like the characters from like Naruto, Dragon Ball, One Piece, Death Note. Probably Toriko as well. I'm assuming that he'll probably be in there too. And it's very similar to J-Star. I think it's called J-Stars. J-Stars Victory. You know, all the characters kind of come from different games and they clash and you can fight. What I think will be good will be Jump Force will take the J-Stars and be like, oh, we can develop a better combat system for it. That's what I feel like was ruined for J-Stars. The combat system wasn't that great. I played it at my friend's house. I was like...
Exactly that.
It's awesome. Yeah. No, sorry, go on. Yeah, go on.
No, yeah, exactly that. It suffered from just not feeling right. Go ahead.
No, it's like I feel like Jump Force. I saw a little bit of gameplay. I'm not that impressed. I think it's because I see Dragon Ball Fighters, and I see Xenoverse 2, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and I see the Naruto Shippuden. What's it? It's called Ninja Storm.
Yeah.
I see them, and I'm like, though that fighting is so awesome. But I think the issue is when it comes to these characters, especially anime characters, come from different worlds. They all fight separately. So to put them in a game where they can all fight separately but still be universally great is very, very tough. You play the game dedicated to that world, and it's awesome. It feels like, yo, I'm Luffy, I'm a pirate, I'm gonna swing my fist all the way around.
You're a pirate? Are you a pirate?
You know what I mean, right? Oh, I'm Goku, I'm a power up as much as I can, and I'm about to left. It's Kamehameha. Like,
Then I come true like Sanji.
Right? It's awesome. But just to say, Jump Force is a 3v3 tag, a 3v3 battle. I think they said tag system. It's 3D, so it's not like a Dragon Ball Fighters or like a what's it? Guilty Gear, like 2D stuff, something like that. But I think it's going with the same kind of feel as like a Poke tournament. You know what I mean? Like is it Pokemon tournament?
Pokemon, yeah.
Pokemon tournament.
Pokemon tournament, where it's like, I think you're kind of restricted to a battle area. It's kind of like shipped over player one's kind of side of the screen, like Naruto, Ninja Storm. But it's like an arena battling kind of game, which I think is going to be good. I just hope that they can get the fighting styles for each of the characters down. Once they do that, then they can make the game look pretty. I think if you can do that first, get the gameplay sorted, then make the game look pretty, because the game is going to look a little bit weird because each of the characters, even though they're like Shonen Jump characters, they still look a little bit awkward.
I actually really like the art design in this one. Like it's a bit different and like less like a comic book kind of thing.
Yeah.
They kind of look like action figures, which is I just find interesting.
Which is unique.
They had a game on the DS. I think it was called Jump Ultimate Stars.
Oh yeah.
And that was really good. Like, it was kind of like a Smash Bros type of game.
Yeah.
And they let you like customize all like your movesets and stuff like that for your team. Like in a comic formation kind of thing. And like the bigger the comic strip for that character, the more powerful it was and stuff like that.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was a really good game. So they can do combat well. It's just, I think on a bigger platform, it might be a bit harder for them. But hopefully they can nail it.
Oh man, that's pretty. You know what? To be fair, now you've reignited that memory to me. I'm kind of like, I'm looking forward to this game now. There's a few games I want to kind of glance over real quick because there's a game coming up which I think we should spend more time on too. We've got Just Cause 4 that's coming out. I don't know if anyone asked for this, but it looks the same as every Just Cause. I think there's more.
I asked for it.
Oh, right, okay. Right, no, okay, fair enough. Okay.
I told him to make it.
In that case. No,
I didn't. I'm joking.
Okay, right. No, in that case, let's talk about it. But it comes out, I think it's December 4th. And the last game, I never got around to completing, number 3. Because I got bored, I think, because it seemed like it was just a lot of going to different outposts. And
I think once you get over the whole jumping around and blowing shit up, that's all, then it just becomes boring.
Right. Sure. Are you a big fan of Just Cause?
I played Just Cause 2 quite a bit. It's enjoyable. It's just like a sandbox, like just blow shit up, like kind of like a Saints Row type of game.
Yeah.
I've got number 3 through, I think it was PlayStation Plus, which I haven't gotten into. I haven't tried it yet, but I mean, there's a market for it. People like just like a dumb action game sometimes.
Yes, true. That's true. And Sleep. Are you a fan of Just? No.
Guess not.
No, it's cool. It's cool. All I can say to you, I didn't see much of a difference between 2 and 3. I can't see much of a difference between 3 and 4. Other than a few things like I think you can wingsuit now, or you wingsuit in the previous one. And
you can wingsuit in the previous one.
And it looks like there's a lot of natural disasters. I saw in there, so I guess there's that too. but it's still like a deserty kind of foresty area. I do think there are different areas now, though. I do think they have different like environments now, though. So I think some stuff is more destructive. Like I think that you can like smash through windows and stuff like that too. So that's pretty cool. Next game up is Kingdom Hearts 3. Is anybody super duper excited for this?
I am.
There you go.
I think you can take this away. Actually, to be fair. I think you can tell us about this.
There's not much to be said, really. I've been waiting for this game for fucking 10 years because Square Enix is Square Enix. And
Oh wait. Do you think Crackdown will come out before Kingdom Hearts?
Oh my goodness.
When is Crackdown supposed to come? February.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be January, so
Mad.
no. unless it gets delayed.
Sorry guys, hold on. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Hold on.
Yeah, go for it.
But yeah, there's not much to cover really. If you're a fan of the franchise, you know what's up. But yeah, there was like Kingdom Hearts was shown at like 3 different conferences this year. So Xbox, Square, and Sony's conference. And Sony actually had the best trailer of it. It showed off Jack Sparrow coming back because in Kingdom Hearts 2, you got to go to Pirates of the Caribbean world.
Yeah.
And now it's back and it looks crazy. Like I like what they're doing with the graphics. I'm excited to play it. I've always been a big fan of the franchise, but it's confusing as hell for anybody like from the outside looking in.
You see, my thing is when. Okay, first of all, the gameplay. Let's talk about the gameplay. I like the look, and what I like about Kingdom Hearts 3, what's really pulling me in, it's like it seems like you don't just use the keyblade. I feel like it was kind of like a yo-yo kind of spinning blades kind of weapon. I think they showed at one point.
Yeah, in this one, it looks like you kind of. It looks like kind of like summoning different weapons.
Yeah.
Because at the heart of it, it's always going to be your keyblade, but like the different modes that you activate, depending on your skills and stuff, will let you have like different playstyles. Like I remember in number 2, which was on the PS2, there was like these special modes you could enter. One, you would like float around and you'd shoot out of your keyblade. Another one, you'd have 2 keyblades and use that. Another one, you'd kind of like float around and like telekinetically use a load of shit and
right.
Yeah, it gets crazy. But yeah, from all the like these trailers, it seems kind of thematic with the world that you're in. So like the Toy Story one, you can jump into like toy robots and like fire them and use them to your advantage kind of thing. And yeah, like you were saying, there's like yo-yo things. I've seen they've incorporated somehow like Disney rides from you being able to summon them. But yeah.
Right. I think one thing I gotta say, it's
What?
Oh,
hello?
sorry, you disappeared for a moment.
Oh no, sorry, it was Google trying to notify me about some bullcrap I don't care about. Thank you, Google, for ruining the whole production. Good job, Google. Good job. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts for me, I think it's in a good spot. Yeah, it's taken a long time to be released, and I would love for it to be released. But I think the struggle is like, when do you release it, man? Disney come out with a new film like every 3 films like every year or something. If you release it too soon, and like I don't know, I hit Disney film because you ain't got the character in the game, you're screwed. So I don't know when you release that. It's kind of
some
tough.
complications with releasing it too soon, isn't it?
Dude, this guy.
Wait. What was that in reference to? I'm confused.
Oh,
Could be so many things.
A lie. I think it's just better to leave your minds to it.
But yeah, it's coming January 29th, I think. There's so many, to be honest, there's so many Disney characters in these games. You'd never be able to keep up with it all anyway.
yeah, that's true. Metroid. Not Metroid, sorry. Metro. Sorry, not
Metroid?
Yeah, I wish Metroid. Exodus. Have you guys seen this?
Yes.
I think it's pretty cool. Now, I've got Metro, I think it's Metro 20, what's it? Metro 20?
2033.
Yeah, I got both of them because it's
Yeah,
like
and what is it?
edition we get.
Last Light first? Last Light?
Last Light's the one afterwards, and
Yeah.
I've not played any of them, but
I own 2 of them. I own the 2. But
and like this new one though, I saw it on an advert, bro. On an advert. And you don't know, I'm like, yo, I'm skipping this damn advert. Man, get off my screen. Look how I got advert on. but this advert caught me off guard. I was like, yo, can I see? And lo and behold, before I knew it, I was like 1 minute and 33 seconds in. I was like, oh, yo, this is sick. It basically looks pretty good. I know you're just fighting loads of like monsters and stuff, but it looks at that. First-person shooter game coming out on the 22nd of February. If anyone hasn't seen it, I recommend you do check it out. I can't really talk much about the history of the game as I've not played them, but one thing I can say, it's definitely a game you should take a look at for sure. Keep moving on. I'm going to kind of skip a few. Kind of move on to more of the popular ones. I know.
Skip the dead ones.
I know. PUBG is getting a new. Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves getting a new DLC. Shadows died twice. Yeah, Shadows died twice. That's like a Dark Souls-esque type of game. If you haven't,
basically Neo.
So, this what's it called? Sekiro. Shadows Die Twice. This was teased back at the Game Awards, and it's From Software's new game, the guys who make Dark Souls. And everyone thought it was hinting at a new Tenchu game.
Yes, I know, right?
And which I would have been really hyped for, but this does look really good.
It still looks like Tenchu anyway. This is Tenchu without the actual name on Tenchu on it.
It's weird that this and Neo exists.
Yes,
especially because obviously Neo is kind of like it looks like a Dark Souls type formula.
Yeah.
Just like for samurais or whatever. This seems to be.
This feels like them going, "Hey, we're going to show you how to do a Dark Souls game."
Right.
with Sumarus.
I think this one's more ninja than samurai.
Yeah, because he's got one guy with a grappling hook for a hand.
Yeah, his arm looks really weird. It's like grappling hook, shield, axe, like everything.
Right.
That's me. So all he's missing is the kitchen sink.
Dude's the multi-tool, like.
Swiss Army arm.
Swiss Army arm.
Yeah. Okay. So that's finally got through, people. I think it took us about 50 minutes, but we got there. We're gonna keeping. We're gonna make the ball keep rolling. Bethesda, they announced or they showed
Rage
2. Once again, like I said 2 weeks ago, not the biggest fan. It looks okay. It looks a bit more.
Alright.
I know they got Doom
Eternal looks dope.
This looks pretty good. I'm excited for Doom. Doom's always fun.
Yeah, I need to finish it because I was enjoying it. I just ended up getting distracted by other things.
Yeah, dude. If you ever
not because it was bad, just because these things I just really wanted to play.
Right. I know they got Prey, a DLC for Prey.
Moon Crash.
Not played Prey yet. It's a game I want to pick up.
I have. I own it and I've played a little bit. But I decided I wanted to stream it.
Right.
That's coming to the channel soon.
Wolfenstein, they got a game coming out. Has anyone played it?
I know Shima has.
The Wolfenstein reboots that Bethesda are doing are really good. If you just like balls to the wall action kind of thing, ridiculous, like over the top Nazi killing bullshit. Yeah,
right.
It is really good. So there's 1 and 2. 2 came out recently, last October, I think. This is DLC for that. This is the main protagonist's twin daughters, and it's set in the 80s. So yeah, it's not a full game. It's like a side game kind of thing, DLC game.
Is the DLC free?
Probably not.
No. I think the next one I'm going to move on to is a game called Starfield. Because I don't know much about Starfield. I saw the trailer. And I've not seen much about it. They say it's supposed to come out on next generation consoles.
That's what I was going to mention. I was like, because this gets into a whole different, a little sub conversation that we can have if you guys want to.
I think we should really change it to another another podcast.
Fair
I think
enough.
I think Starfield we can definitely put in to another category because
Yeah,
they did
but there you
talk
go,
about
yeah.
next generation consoles.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, so
obviously,
Starfield. Looks dope.
yeah. The little picture.
The only thing is, I wonder if it's very similar to Elite Dangerous because for me that stuff I was talking to Shooms about this. I like games that because I was saying that because we were talking about Sea of Thieves because we played it for the first time, and
Yeah.
we were talking about how the game is a lot slower paced, and I'm okay with that because for me it's just because you're with friends. Because usually when you're doing these games, you're with friends. So usually it's funnier when we're all together just talking nonsense or whatever. Like while we're trying to get from point A to point B, which is where where these games are fun. Which is why I wanted to get Elite Dangerous on PS4 and see if I can coax a few of you guys to actually get it too, so we can all be part of a space crew.
Right. Okay.
The Elite Spacefaring crew, and
Wow.
but that's what, and I'm wondering if that's what it's gonna kind of be like.
Okay.
Like I kind of hope it is. But regardless, we don't know anything. We don't really know too much because it's a long while away.
Yeah, we don't. We all you see is the picture for planet. I don't even know if it's even Earth.
That's it.
And Bethesda came out and said, next gen, and it's their first original IP since for 25 years. So obviously, Fallout and Elder Scrolls stuff like that, they never owned that; they acquired that and developed for it then. So this is something completely original from Bethesda Studios or whatever.
You know what? Talk about Elder Scrolls 6 got announced. I'm not gonna go too crazy for it. Just the same reason why I didn't get too crazy for Halo Infinite. You don't know nothing about it yet.
Yeah, too much. There's a lot of these games. There's a lot of unknown factors. So I don't think there's a lot of them where we could be like yes, because it's like no.
They did announce that this is the game after Starfield, so it's probably going to be a next gen one as well, and it's probably quite a ways out.
Yeah, like I'd say minimum 3 years.
Yeah.
Maybe minimum 2-3 years.
Elder Scrolls are also looking to do a strategy card game called Elder Scrolls Legends to probably compete with Hearthstone, and there's another really popular one. What's the other one? Is it Gwen?
Gwen, yeah,
Gwen,
from Witcher.
from Witcher, yeah.
Right, you know, it's probably gonna try and compete with that. They also released an update on a DLC called Somerset for Elder Scrolls Online, which I cannot wait to release so I can actually play it. That'll give me another reason to get back into Elder Scrolls Online.
Morrowind?
No, I have not.
Oh.
No, it's what is it called? Summer what?
Somerset.
Somerset.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's
But
that.
I'm asking him if he's done Morrowind.
If you guys ever do get Elder Scrolls Online,
I have it just for PC.
for the PS4.
I might.
You're gonna do it for the PS4, super duper cheap now, but I think they're trying to stop you from getting the original edition and having to buy a new edition only off the store. So you're probably best to get into the shop for it. If you ever do get it though, I recommend it. It's really good. I will definitely play it with you. I have high level characters. It's good fun. Moving on to Quake. I don't know if you guys ever played Quake
Champions.
before.
I've been trying to. I've downloaded it on Steam, so I've got it ready to go.
Quake Champions is just like any other Quake game. It's very reminiscent of like Doom as well. I'm a big fan of Quake. Okay, I'm a big fan of Unreal Tournament Quake. These are my kind of like jams, arena shooters. But you either feel it or you don't feel it. For me, I can't really imagine you really liking Quake if you're not into fast-paced, bullet hell, spongy. Right, so big. This is not the game for you.
Pew, everybody gonna die.
This is not the game for you, my guy. All right, I would not do that. Yeah,
Fallout Shelter. That's apparently it's coming. The only difference is really it's coming to PS4 and Switch. Because I know Shuma.
Yeah,
I feel like you've played it.
Shelter's a mobile game.
Yeah.
I think 3 years ago. Just before Fallout 4 came out.
And then it was on the Xbox One.
It's cool, whatever. It feel quite good on the Switch, obviously, because Switch's handheld mode is a touchscreen as well. It's a good little like time wasty game.
Yeah. I'm upset that this joke isn't actually real, but Skyrim Very Special Edition. I'm upset that isn't real.
I mean,
oh no, it is real.
Apparently, but this article I'm reading is apparently it isn't.
No, it is. You can go on to the Alexa thing and put it on there.
Damn.
So I need to go buy an Alexa real quick, guys. Hold on 2 seconds.
It's just that the other stuff wasn't real, so like the Samsung fridge and stuff like that.
Right, I'm gonna slide over to. I'm gonna slide over to the Square Enix. Right, we're gonna start knocking some more of these out of the park. Obviously, the main one is the Shadows of Tomb Raider, right? Shadows of the Tomb Raider. So let me get that correct. You know what I'm saying? I played Tomb Raider for Xbox 360.
Yeah, the reboot.
360? Yeah, the reboot. 2014 one. That was awesome. I've not played the 2016 version.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I haven't played that one.
Yeah, they're great games. They're just like Uncharted-esque, just a little bit darker. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with what they're doing with the reboot. Shadow of the Tomb Raider looks really good. They did like a bit of a gameplay dive on it. They're showing a lot more combat options when it comes to stealth and just interacting with enemies in general. So yeah, should be another good game. They haven't kind of missed yet with it.
I mean, moving further in, I know there's a crossover going on between Monster Hunter and Final Fantasy Online. I don't know what version of Final Fantasy the online mode is. Is that
yeah, Final Fantasy 14.
14. That's it, 14.
Yeah.
They got a crossover. I don't know if they really explain what that is all about. I don't know if you're just gonna Final Fantasy characters join the Monster Hunter world.
Yeah.
No, so one way, so it goes both ways. They're gonna have a monster from Monster Hunter come into the Final Fantasy 14 game, where I guess you fight it together, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they also have a Final Fantasy monster come into Monster Hunter, called a Behemoth, I think it was, or something like that. Yeah, where obviously in Monster Hunter you'll go hunt it.
Right.
Okay.
It's a cool little thing.
I'm gonna go over to Ubisoft.
Okay, for Ubisoft, let's just ignore Just Dance 2019. No one cares.
Oh my gosh! All right, so this is exactly what I was saying. That I wasn't looking forward to Just Dance 2019. Every fucking year they do this flipping this dance number or whatever. But what I find the most baffling is that Just Dance 2019 is coming to the original Wii.
Huh?
Exactly.
And it's coming to the PS3 and the 360. Does make more sense, but the Wii.
But the original Wii.
Let the original Wii die.
If this makes it any better, Just Dance, I think they're adding in more avatars, and also I think they're making it 8-player. So I don't know if that makes it any more exciting for the.
Okay, but let's just stop talking about Just Dance 2019. Let's talk about the highlight, Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Oh wait, before we jump onto that, I was going to say there was two things that you missed from the Square event, which are actually two new games. Platinum Games is developing a game called Babylon's Fall, which is probably going to be an action game, kind of like Bayonetta-esque. And another one called The Quiet Man, which was a really weird trailer because it started off as live action and then it went into the game and it basically looked like you're a deaf guy that just beats people up. So there was he's not deaf. But
he's impaired.
Well, unfortunately, he has to shh. All he hears is shh. But yeah, that was just a quick update from the Square, but other than that, everything else was shown everywhere else.
Hey, nice, good find there, man. I want to talk about the Beyond Good. Oh, sorry, I'm going to leave Sleep to talk about the Beyond Good, but I'm going to say something that's going to trigger him.
Nothing you can say can trigger me because you know what? I don't care about anyone else's opinion. I'm getting this day one.
I want him to be so pet peeved when he.
So what do you think about Assassin's Creed Origins?
when
You say Assassin's Creed Oranges?
Wow.
No, that is a game. That's an Assassin's Creed I would play. A little orange in a hood, just like yes, stab.
Blend. And then turn into orange juice.
Citrus attack.
Citrus attack.
That shit in
the
man's
other-
eyes.
the
Ah,
other-
criminal scum.
To me, it's just a cinematic thing right now. So I can't even get hyped for it.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing though. Have you played the first one?
No, I have not.
Say no more.
So like, I can't get hyped for it because it's just cinematic. Well, to me, it's like if I get excited for this, it looks awesome. The sounds and the music and everything seems cool. The graphics look. I mean, the cinematic looks awesome. But it's like until I see that actual gameplay, or until I see the in-game engine.
Yeah, they showed a very, very small amount of it, but not a lot.
Right?
Yeah, they showed us what they were calling pre-alpha.
Yeah, I saw
alpha footage.
Yeah, I saw that. So sleep. Take it away, man. Take it away.
Yeah. So obviously the reason why this is such a twist is because obviously from the first one, you play as a character called Jade. You see this all in the trailer, so blah blah blah. I'm not leaving with the same spoilers for the first one, but you play a character called Jade, and you're with this pig called Paige, and yeah, you guys are just cool, innit? But the fact that but this is a prequel, and when I found out that the supposed potential villain was Jade, it just blew my mind. I was like, what? So now I want to, I really want to know backstory, which is why I'm so hyped for this, because it's gonna answer questions I've had for I don't know, a long while.
I have a question. So in the first game, you said it's Jade and Paige, the pig. Is that the first time they meet?
No, that's not the first time they meet.
Okay.
But they're obviously very familiar.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, there was questions that I had, and I was like, because they actually coexist with each other. Because I think they run an orphanage or whatever. But it's just like, it's just so sick. Like I'm hyped for it. Like just the fact that the characters look dope. The fact that you put, I think the fact that the person who the protagonist that you're actually playing is a black guy. I think that's extra dope.
Okay.
Or at least that's what I can assume. And for me, just everything around it, like just for how it looks, how the characters interact with each other, from what you see in the cinematic trailers, I'm hyped. I'm already on the boat. I'm already on the boat. Send me away.
Right. Send me away, you know. Jeez.
I'm ready.
I want to keep it going, and I want to talk about. You guys have seen the game Skull and Bones?
Oh, I want to get that as well. We all have to get that. We all have to get that and sail the 7 seas. It's
it's a pirate game, right? They are, I think, trying to compete with Sea of Thieves. I think that's safe to say. And they're saying it's a game which is going to share a massive online world where you can team up with people to control the seas. Now I've not played Sea of Thieves, so Shoon and Sleep, you guys are going to chip in, because I'm sure...
Get a pound, get a Game Pass, download it, we'll do it tonight. That can be the stream.
I'm sure Big Imperial has right? So...
Wait, what?
You sure he has what?
He hasn't played Sea of Thieves.
Oh, carry on.
Right,
No.
Right, so in Sea of Thieves, what's the objective?
So this was kind of what stemmed our conversation before, when Sleep was talking about he likes the slower pace kind of thing. I'm fine with like the slower paced like gameplay or whatever, because like you were saying, like the journey is fun when you're friends and stuff, and like and you're just doing stuff. But for the moment, I can't really tell what the objective of the game is, other than just collecting treasure.
Right,
And
okay.
those type of games tend to wear thin with me, like kind of quicker. So kind of like No Man's Sky kind of thing, where you're just like going around collecting stuff.
Can we just
and
admit that No Man's Lie was just fraud?
Yes.
I played.
I mean, no one's denying that. But it's in the same.
finest.
You'd know about that, wouldn't you?
Trust me, he helped Biscuit commit that fraud.
Oh my gosh.
Biscuits this, biscuits that.
Biscuits that goes to the kitchen and he grabs him on back. But yeah, it seems like in a similar vein, there's not like a main objective kind of thing. Like,
there's like
you
no
don't
end
have
game.
quests. Yeah, like you have like voyages, which are kind of like bounties that just give you like hints in like little directions of where to go, and gives you like a little task to do. But it's not like there's like mainline quests and like side quests kind of thing. It's kind of you exist in the world. You be a pirate.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. For Honor's got a new DLC coming up. They're calling it For Honor Marching Fire DLC. They got a new faction. They got 4 new maps, and I believe they have some single player content which they haven't revealed yet. They've also got a new game mode coming out called Breach, which I think is going to be pretty exciting, which sees teams of 4 players battle with each other. So I'm guessing.
Wait, what does that mean?
So Dom, you got Dominion, with 4v4, right?
Yeah, that's
I'm assuming that Breach is going to be 4v4 v4v4. So you're gonna have the samurais. So you have the samurais. I explained it. You have the samurais, the knights, the Vikings, and this new faction. Which I don't think they have a name for it yet.
I think they're like
The Shotos.
Chinese Empire.
Yeah. So that seems to be pretty cool. It's really the game modes that I care. Change the game modes. If you make some new game modes, that's pretty. We all know what. And there's not that much else they can really do with the gameplay. The gameplay is pretty awesome when it's not booky. But as for that, new game modes will be pretty awesome.
But yeah, I think we should stop really whizzing through some of these. This list is very long.
Yeah, right. So let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up for the Ubisoft stuff. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. The only reason why I'm not going to speak now, because I don't think anyone really is looking forward to playing the Assassin's Creed game.
I'll probably pick it up.
You'll probably pick it up. Okay, fair enough.
But it's a probably, not a yes. I'm getting it.
Did you play Origins?
No.
You should probably get that one first. To be fair, that one seems to be really good in terms of how many people play it. The Crew 2 that's coming out, driving game. I probably will not get that game because the Crew 1 was hit and miss for me.
Garbage. Transference.
Transference
is definitely going to be good.
Man like Frodo.
Trust me.
Yeah, Frodo, my guy.
I think I like the setup for it. It looks really good.
You know what? Yeah.
The setup does look good, and I'm definitely going to get it for VR.
Right. I agree. Sony time. I'm gonna blitz through these 2.
Okay. Let's just spend time on what we will. Let's just spend time on the things that we should be talking about, which is The Last of Us Part 2. Go on.
I was going to say, before we go, just one more thing on Beyond Good and Evil 2 I wanted to just mention and just see what you guys thought. So they brought out Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and he was talking about his company, Hit Record or whatever it's called, which is like kind of like a crowd...
Yeah, like where everybody comes together to put art together.
Yeah, kind of like
music
projects
too.
kind of thing. And they're implementing that into Beyond Good and Evil 2, so you can have some of your assets like that in the actual game. What do you guys think of that?
I think it's really good for creatives, because I'm not sure. I think they'll probably get credited in the game somehow, but I think the fact of because players aren't just people who play games aren't just gamers. They do other stuff. So we all do. We all have our lives outside of our consoles and stuff like that. So some people are artists, and so one game might inspire an artist to create art for it. And it's definitely a thing of, you could say probably at least one person who's played Beyond Good and Evil has wanted to do some art or whatever, and the fact that they now have a chance to have their art featured in a franchise that they love, I don't see anything bad from it. Especially because of the fact of, it's not a case of they take someone's thing and then that's it. Like, they might tweak it because of something somebody else does, so then you get this one big, you get this finished product that has loads of influences and that they're all happy with.
Agreed. I think it opens up more avenues, and it's always get together and actually assist with a game. I think that was the main awesomeness for Halo. It was like Forward's Worlds. You can make your own maps, and then you could actually submit them to Bungie, and they would then feature it in playlists on matchmaking. That is definitely like a cool thing.
For me, having your players be able to influence the game itself, whether it's artistically or mechanically, and getting them to actually come up with ideas and actually having an input themselves, it almost can't go bad. Right. Granted, there are ways that it could go bad, but if done correctly, it will never be a bad thing.
There you go. So PlayStation 4, right? There's so many good ones. Which
I was gonna say, can we focus on like can we just focus on the main ones? The main ones are like, for me, the Last of Us Part 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ghosts of Tsushima.
Right.
Oh, yes.
Potential. I'm not too sure about Control, but Control looks dope.
Yeah.
It does look pretty good. We heard a little bit more of Death Stranding, but not a lot. Neo 2, Spider-Man, and
dude, that's a lot. That's a lot.
That's true, but we just say, Last of Us 2, everybody's hyped for that. I don't think we really need to say much more on it.
I think that's for a different podcast. We go into detail about it in a different podcast.
Yeah,
I do want to touch upon Ghost of Tsushima though, because that is something definitely new that I don't think anyone was expecting to come out.
Like, it looks sick.
It looks so good, man.
Like open world samurai. Like, boom.
You're on some Samurai Jack shit with this, you know?
Oh my god, don't make me start playing the Samurai Jack beat.
You know what it is, though? It's like, the graphics number one is awesome. It has that Shadow of Colossus kind of feel.
But you know what else as well?
Where it's just open field.
Yeah, and you know what else? It captures the time. Like, the art style, how it's done, it captures, like, it makes it feel like it is in feudal Japan. He keeps unplugging and plugging in their mic.
It's actually still open world as well. Like,
yeah, I said that. It's open world samurai game. Yeah. But I need to but there's no date, there's no release date. But oh boy, does it look sick!
Right, Big. I know you were pretty hyped at the beginning of the podcast. Do you want to add anything to it? Because we haven't had to speak for a little bit. So you want to add anything to that?
I think you guys really covered it. There's not really, obviously, it wasn't a game that was under everyone's radar until it came out, and he was like, oh, okay. Definitely when it comes out, I'm most likely we will be getting it day one.
See, the thing is with me, it was kind of like it looked like kind of like you could kind of go around the world like you do in Shadows of Colossus. If you ever play Shadows of Colossus, the world is pretty much open. You just find your way to whatever boss you need to fight, right? It looks kind of similar to that in terms of not very many loading screens, in fact, any. But at the same time, it's like it has cutscenes and story. You know what I mean? And like it has that kind of like, oh, I'm a samurai, but I'm a badass samurai. So you got these little wannabe soldier guys, Foot Clan soldiers. Shout out to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Foot Clan soldiers. You just murder them off. You know, like. It's really awesome, and I think they showed us where you kind of like a with somebody and like, is it the cherry blossom? The little like, I don't think it's cherry blossom tree, but
the one with the little teeny weeny pink leaves.
Yeah, but I don't know if there are pink leaves in the tree. I don't know.
In the trailer, it was just leaves off a tree.
Oh, yeah, right. But it's pretty awesome. It kind of captures the moment, right? And I don't know what's really going on because not much has really been shown, but that to me is definitely like a game where you gotta really pay attention and look out for it.
Yeah.
So a bit of background on the game. It's being developed by Sucker Punch. They're the guys who made the infamous games on PS3. So this is a very different direction for them. But it looks like quite a big step up, just like how the Killzone developers went from Killzone to Horizon.
Yeah.
That's what it's kind of reminded me of. And I actually found out that the gameplay demo that we saw, that Sony showed off, is actually just a side mission.
Oh. Well done.
Damn, son.
Damn,
So
son.
what the main missions look
It's
like.
gone from maybe picking up from day one to definitely picking up from day one.
I mean,
So
we still
you're
don't know.
so-
We still don't know. The main mission might still just look the same, but it could just be someone else. But regardless,
Longer or something, yeah.
it looks wavy.
Nah, it looks
Yeah.
really-
Really excited for it.
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few other games. I'm just gonna please slide through them. Stop me if I say a game where you're like, oh, I want to talk about it. Death Stranding, that looks pretty awesome, but I think I could talk about
Hello, weird.
Yeah, it,
Death
like,
Stranding.
it does look. Yeah, it's like obviously it's what is it, like a sci-fi horror type thing. It does look good.
You're a
Crazy
delivery
thing is,
man, by
it's
the
still
way.
like the trailer revealed like because it didn't really feel like it said anything about the game. We're still in the dark. There's still no release date, but everyone
Welcome
like
to
man like
Kojima.
Kojima, bruv. Man like Kojima.
Let me quickly tip in for you. It's going to give you a bit more. So you're a delivery man of some sort,
Yeah.
and you're kind of like going through different lands and stuff. I believe the world is kind of corroding people, like, because there's at one point where it's like kind of like some sort of acid or something drips on somebody's hand. It ages them like crazy, like their hand ages like insane amounts, right? So I think the world is kind of in ruin, and they eat these little bugs or whatnot to kind of like keep themselves alive and fresh and young. There's also these bad guys that they kind of float around, and you gotta like watch out for them. But at the same time, they show a lot of just you kind of trying to transverse through the terrain. You're climbing, you're crawling. But at the same time, they also show the part where the guy has a gun in a cutscene. So for me, the main thing is really that I think we gotta look out for with this game is kind of like, one, what the fuck is going on? Two, is it
What
gonna be
the fuck is going on?
you know what I mean? What the fuck? Is it gonna be high action packed, or is it gonna be like a Metal Gear Solid? It's a stealth game. It's gonna be a stealth game, like, or is this gonna be cutscene after cutscene after cutscene? And you don't know. With,
Sounds like a movie.
Hey, seriously. You
But
don't
no,
know,
like that's the thing. It's one of those things where everybody, we all can tell it looks good, it looks weird, but we're all interested.
right,
Yep.
right.
Despite
right.
despite the variables that we don't know, we can all say we are all interested.
Definitely. I'm gonna go to Spider-Man. I know it's definitely.
Oh my god! Let's just put it this way. This will be the next. This will be the best Spider-Man game since Spider-Man 2 for the PS2 / GameCube /
But could we
Xbox.
identify?
Boom.
I know we spoke about this on post
podcast.
podcast. Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't say it out, but could we just say
we go for that
how
too
much
much. That's why you
how
got
much an L Microsoft took with not getting this on their platform?
Look, I don't care. I've got both systems. It does not matter to me. Spider-Man.
Jesus.
There is
No.
nothing else to say except for, I'm webbing away, bruv.
Hey, sleep, man. You sound
I'm webbing up Dons, bruv.
You're the biggest Spider-Man fan.
I said webbing. I said webbing, not spraying, bruv. Is my name Reese? I didn't think so. I'm trying to spread my pieces everywhere.
Hey, but it's only liquid though.
Drink it, but that's not me. But nah, like I was saying, it is going to be the best Spider-Man game since Spider-Man 2 for the PS2, which will then be number 2 because anything else that came out between these two games is trash tier in comparison.
Do you feel that the combat reminds
He
you
might even
of
come out yet.
Batman?
God damn.
Nah,
But-
the pure fact that the web swinging is on point is all I need. I could work
No,
Sony
I'm
all
talking about
day.
the actual like combat.
Oh yeah, combat. Everybody's saying that it looks like Batman, but like Batman Arkham stuff. It does.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try and say it doesn't. I'm just saying like people are right. It does look very, very Batman-esque. But obviously with the Spider-Man, it's gonna be a lot more. The motions that he's gonna use are probably gonna be a lot more fluid because obviously it's Spider-Man. He's higher agility, better control of his body. It's gonna be more flamboyant. Oh, yeah, acrobatic is probably the better term, not flamboyant.
Flamboyant.
Oh hey!
Hey, Web, you're dead. But yeah, this is gonna be the best Spider-Man game out. Period. It's unarguable.
We've got
inarguable.
We've got Overkill, The Walking Dead. I feel it's going to be a Left 4 Dead-esque type of game. So if you're into Left 4 Dead, I recommend you definitely go and check that out. We'll talk about that in another podcast. I mean, they got Hunt. I don't know if you guys have seen Hunt.
Nope.
But it's...
Okay, wait. Before we talk about that, yeah, could we just talk about Sleepless Bros?
We're not on Nintendo yet, bruv. Relax.
Oh!
Don't worry.
Man popped his Nintendo cherry too early.
We're getting there.
Sleepless Bros.
We're getting there. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, man. We're getting there. The Walking Dead final season.
Do you even Nintendo?
Telltale series is coming out. I'm looking forward to that. I'll play the previous ones on my channel soon to come. I don't know if you guys know Cyanide Happiness. If you've heard of it before, the little YouTube like comedy skits. They actually got a game coming out. I think it's called Rapture Rejects. That's gonna be pretty good. They've been working on that for a while. What else? Hitman 2.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Hitman 2 got announced.
Yeah, Hitman 2. I think they say it's gonna be multiplayer.
I think it got more announced. I think it got announced in the PC gaming conference.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to go through, get through pretty fast and get.
Yeah, just to finish off the Sony lot. We had Neo 2 get announced.
Yeah, we did.
Remedy's new game, Control. Remedy are the people that make Quantum Break, which I actually just finished. It's a good game.
Hench though.
Yeah. And one for me that looked really good was Resident Evil 2 remake.
Yes, I actually forgot to mention that.
Yeah, so they released a trailer for it. They had a young Leon bust through the door, and yeah, it just looks crazy. Like all polished and done up, done like Resident Evil 4 style, but obviously in Raccoon City and Raccoon Police Department, and it's in January. So
Shit.
yeah, we'll get to play it soon.
That's how you know the game is really good. When it's got me doing like ad lib, like woo! That's why I'm excited to play the game. Resident Evil 2 is awesome. That scared the shit out of me when I was younger. So, so yeah. Is there any stuff in the PC department which you guys really saw and you were like, yo?
I think I was the only person who actually kind of watched it because I
didn't really. They got Realm Royale.
There's the things that piqued my interest. There was Neocab, which is like a visual novel type thing. I'm down for those type of games. They're pretty dope. There was one that caught my eye, but something I don't really care about like that. But I was like, okay, is Maverick's Proving Ground, which is basically PUBG on roids because they've added in environmental stuff so you can tell where somebody's just walked through some foliage and blah blah blah. And that's supposed to be, I think, 1,000 in a map. But whatever, that's not. I don't care like that. But it was interesting. Warframe's getting a little bit of DLC. There was Jurassic World Evolution. So basically, obviously, the new Jurassic World just came out. There is a
it's like a park.
It's like what is it? Roller coaster tycoon type things, but instead dinosaurs. That's pretty cool. I've seen a couple of videos on it. I like watching them.
That's coming out July 3rd.
Yeah, some people have already got like preview copies of it or whatever, or
Yeah, my friend's got a copy.
There's Star Citizen. I bought this game however long ago, and it's finally actually coming through. And I'm like, okay, cool. It's finally doing a thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably about it for me personally.
Let's move on to Nintendo.
Go on, take it away, Big Imperial. Let's do it now. Get over it. Get it over with.
Rest in peace, headphone.
I was about to say, should have said headphone warning.
And I'm a headphone user. So rest in peace.
All right. Fucking monkey.
Can you stop busting a nut, you ape?
Let's. Big thoughts about what you're so excited about.
That all of the characters are finally back.
Other than Waluigi, but go on.
Oh, yeah. Well,
You got snaked.
like,
No, the reason why I say it is because there's so many memes on it. When
Yeah, he got snubbed.
It's like, when Nintendo say all the characters.
Hold on, you're gonna have to say that again with the
Yeah, none of
laughter
that.
because you cut out like dirtily.
Oh damn! I said when Nintendo say that they returned all the characters, but Waluigi ain't there. Like
Waluigi is there. He's an assist trophy. Like the point of what they were saying, they've brought back all the characters. I mean, it's like every fighter that's ever been a fighter in any Smash Brothers game is now in this game.
Right. There you go. See, the more you know. I already know the memes. I didn't even pay attention to.
Yeah, I'm surprised they announced Daisy though as like a flipping character instead of Waluigi.
Hey man, females, they gotta get it in.
But man like Sizzle Sizzle, the Riddle Diddle.
Yeah, man like Ridley from Metroid finally makes his debut. They also announced support for GameCube controllers, which is
Cool.
good for. Yeah, it's cool fan service.
Love fan service.
Yeah, Smash looks great. Comes out December 7th.
Now I have a question for you, Shumo, because I know
Mm-hmm.
you're a big Smash fan. You know you like to smash. Is there a character that you would have preferred to see other than Ridley? If given the choice, or if you could have one character in the game of your choosing.
Oh, that opens up a lot. Bomberman was in there, but as an assist trophy, I would have liked him to be a character. I'm not sure whether I would have taken him over Ridley. But no, yeah, there's definitely room for more characters. What I found impressive is that they got a load of the third-party characters back from the last game. So Ryu from Street Fighter, Cloud from Final Fantasy, Bayonetta. Bayonetta is kind of Nintendo now. Who else was there? Yeah, those like DLC characters. I was surprised that they managed to actually bring them back. But no, yeah, it's crazy. Like, there's close to something like 70 fighters, I think. Biggest roster ever.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that the biggest roster ever for a fighting game? Like on launch?
Maybe. Yeah, and I'm sure there'll be a few more to come. But yeah, carrying on with Nintendo, they announced Super Mario Party, getting away from the numbered system, which goes back to the board game format instead of you all being in. So in Mario Party 9 and 10, I think you were all in like one car moving around, and people didn't really like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for that. That looks really good. That's out in October. Fortnite got announced for the Switch and was available that day.
Yeah.
I've played it on in handheld mode. It is really cool. Works well, and you can actually cross-play with Xbox, I believe.
PC.
Okay, there you go, and PC. Hollow Knight, another indie game. Looked really good. I'm actually going to pick that up. That's finally out for the Switch. It's kind of like a Metroidvania, weird little indie game, but it looks really good. They announced a load of other smaller games in like a sizzle reel as well. Dragon Ball FighterZ is coming to the Switch this year, I believe.
Okay.
Just Dance.
Which is a good get for them. Yeah, just fucking dance.
Just
yeah,
fucking Lance.
Oh, what about Mario Tennis? Do we know anything about Mario Tennis?
Mario Tennis is coming the 22nd or the 24th this month.
Aces.
Yeah, Mario Tennis Aces. I played the beta of that. It's a difficult game. Well, for me, it was difficult because I'm not very like sport-minded. But yeah, it looks fun. I'm not sure if I'll get it, but
I saw something that was coming up for the Switch. I think it was last E3 they mentioned it. I'm not sure if they properly thinged it here, but it was something that I saw and I was like, and it's SNK Heroines.
yes, the female fighting game.
Yeah, I kind of want to get a Switch. I want after seeing a lot of this stuff, I do want to get a Switch now.
Yeah.
Like, especially because of the fact that it can be on the go and stuff. Yeah, because I remember talking to Shumo saying that just was, for me at the time, there wasn't really like enough. Because he said it's like, I don't like Nintendo games. Like, it's not that I don't. It's just, but partially some of it's money. It's a money factor too. But it's also just the fact of at the time, there wasn't a lot out for it at the time, and then basically it was something that I just put into the back of my mind and just ignored anything Nintendo related. But now that I've seen stuff and whatever, I'm like, you know what? Nah, there's some goodness here.
Yeah, it's a good system, and it's just growing. With the stuff that was announced, so the rest of you, Pigeon, Big, does this make you want to get a Switch, or are you still not that fussed about it?
Is Pete my interested in looking to get a Switch? Oh, well, how much does a Switch go for now?
You could probably get one for about $250.
Yeah, RRP right now, or the average price I'm seeing is $279.
Is that with games or just
No.
Standalone console? Oh, okay.
Just console.
Standalone console. But you
could just
get
rob someone.
So what did you say, Sleep?
I was saying you could just rob someone. I mean, no, it's not because you're black. It's just the fact that if you want to switch and you don't want to pay for it, like, what do? You steal. Or you could try and win one somehow.
No, you weren't saying buy that shit. What are you talking about?
You act as if this is like theft is not a money saving scheme.
Savings
for real. Save your money.
Save money and go jack your honey.
You made it sound like I said something so outlandish and just untrue. Turn that phone off, Shamel. I know it's you.
When you finally have kids, right? Man, shit.
What do you mean?
Yo, so
my kids will steal your kids' food, bruv. They'll be saving me money, yeah. But that's what we'll all go Thorpe Park. You buy them whatever, yeah. Boom. Next thing you know, it's in my kids' bellies.
His kids are gonna be like in the playground. So what's your cornbread?
Trust me, my kids are gonna take your kids' cornbread, bruv.
Oh god. But yeah. So Switch for me, I'm getting one. Probably sometime next month if I have the money for it, because I need to start bringing this stuff to my channel. I don't actually have any Nintendo stuff at all, so yeah, I probably will get one for that. The games I probably want to get are Mario games, obviously, and Bomberman.
Yes,
I'm pretty excited to play Bomberman. I haven't played it in a
like
while.
My boy BM.
I saw it on the store for PlayStation. They're trying to charge me like 34 quid. I was like, what? My life. But other than that, that's not money over games like Splatoon. Yeah, I don't know if that's any great.
I played Splatoon on Shumo's Switch and I liked it.
And obviously they have Mega Man 2, which is pretty. But not Mega Man 2, sorry, Mega Man 11 is the actual game. But other than that, guys, I think we're going to wrap up the stream here. I know people are busy.
It's a podcast. Podcast
streaming. Damn, sorry. You know what? I'm so used to stream. My bad. Podcast. We have been going for 2 hours and 40 minutes. So congratulations, we now broke our record. Yeah, I just want to say thank you, everybody. If you didn't make it to here, appreciate it. Coming by listening to our podcast.
We appreciate you. You're the reason why we grow.
Yeah, we're gonna try and get this weekend. If you haven't already, you should go check out our SoundCloud account. we're gonna go ahead and start posting our podcast on there as well, just in case you can't check it out on YouTube, because YouTube takes up so much damn data. You can check it out on SoundCloud too. It's been the boy PowellGuyGaming. Do you guys want to say anything else before we go?
Keep an eye out for those channels. Where oh my gosh.
What did you say?
I'll give you a guess.
Yeah, Opus. Damn, man, it's been 2 hours and 45 minutes. Jesus, man.
I was gonna say keep an eye on everyone's channel. So you got Shumo. He's probably handling a phone call right now. We got the guy big. Oh my gosh. We've got the guy big. We've got the guy big Imperial, aka aka Clickless Betamus. We've got the guy PGG, aka Pow Pussy Gadgets, aka
Rapimus Maximus.
Oh my god.
AKA PowellGuy PSN.
AKA that girl from North, you know who you are, shut up, you dumb bitch, sit at home.
AKA caught me with the back more.
Oh no. Oh, no, perfect timing. Oh Lord. Hey.
It's the X-File. Why is it there?
Oh, my chest. Until next time.
Slap Bobby's bummy.
Until next time, people.
Oh, it's been your boy Sleepless Elite, and we out of here. Oh my days. Oh my gosh. Oh.